first of all, we're about to recap. However, nope, never mind. Save that for later. All right, who wants to recap?
I can
roll a dice.
recap. Actually, let's roll instead.
We're gonna roll dice to see who recaps.
Yeah.
Okay. So, roll a d4 in order of.
Wait, hold on. I have one question though.
Yes.
Can whoever tell it in the perspective of their character?
Okay. Yeah.
Actually,
yeah.
Ooh.
I like that.
Now I want to do it.
Okay. So we're gonna be
roll
going.
a D4.
No, I'll roll the d4.
I know.
Alphabetical by name, which is Harmon, Joe, Kevin, Traven.
Oh,
What's
Lord.
Harmon number 1?
Why is he? I don't know.
He's H.
Because H, dumbasses.
All right.
Ah!
That is Kevin. Okay, Kevin, you gotta tell
good.
what happened from your perspective.
You're expecting me to go through this. Okay. I gave up halfway through. I'm not gonna remember how to go. How
Wait,
it goes.
Okay, you know
I
what?
can set it up.
Wait, hold on.
Hello.
I'm willing to give you a pass this time, Kevin, but I'm going to push it to next session. You're going to recount this session.
All right. I can do that at least if I'm.
So
if I'm willing to give it a
we'll take
chance.
Kevin out of this equation. So Joe.
I'll go with 3/8 month.
Wait.
Yay.
I'll set you up. Last week on A Whole New World.
A whole new world.
Hold on.
I stumbled into this bar called Future Times.
God damn it! No, I wanted to do something.
No, this is fantastic. Let him continue.
I wanted to have like applause, like the start of a show.
Nobody watches ecchi D&D for the plot.
You don't watch daytime?
Anyway.
So I wandered into this town and into this wonderful tavern called Future Times.
Wonderful, really?
It was quite wonderful. As wonderful as anybody could ever think. And they knew what I was going to order before I ordered. It was crazy. They also sat me down at this table with a bunch of other interesting people. One of them not too excited to be anywhere near anybody else, but the other two seemed quite all right. We were told that the Prince Henry had gone missing, so I guess we were all banded together and found out that his last whereabouts was down near the fish stall in the poorer part of town. As we went down there, I made a bunch of friends at the fish stall, had some great salmon, and helped him fix with curtains. It was quite amazing. We came out. I made acquaintances with the guy that no longer had the eye patch. We went down into this pipe system underneath the city. I guess it was referred to as some sort of sewer system. And we almost died. Well, I guess not we. I almost died to a slime. And we encountered this little crocodile dude who was friends with a chest. Quite weird. He was a quite weird fellow. But we ended up helping him, and I kind of tried to gain his friendship the best I could before we left. We ran into some mushroom people who our little friend Alice is now leading. And we encountered this lady who controlled them and stole... Fuck, what the hell's your name? Memphi's... And so, yeah, I mean, it's not that bad for Memphi to lose his soul. It didn't seem like you had one to begin with. But, yeah. Then we went to the castle, and we talked to the king, who awarded us with some land that an old keep was on. And that's pretty much where we are thus far. Oh, we also all have 500 gold.
Smoke weed every day.
So,
God damn it! Raven, was that you?
Yeah.
Raven, I was getting ready with this.
Okay, yeah.
Smoke weed every day.
All right, so thank you, Joe, for your recount as Barthon. I gave you a point of inspiration for covering everything, basically.
Woo.
So just to recap what inspiration is for anyone who doesn't know, inspiration allows you to choose one roll that you can re-roll, essentially. And basically have advantage on.
Where does our inspiration show up at?
If you just look right next to your saving throws, I clicked on it and there's a dragon symbol, which means you have inspiration.
Oh, okay.
So, we kind of ended a little bit abruptly last time, which was in the castle. You were talking to the king. Yes. King Godwin had explained to you that he was going to commission you for some sort of task, and he would pay you handsomely for it. And in addition to you being granted a lower level of nobility. And so we're going to continue right basically from there. Hello. No, why do you say hello? All right.
Were we still in the middle of the conversation, or were we just leaving? Like
you're about to leave. So he says, we can continue discussing this later. However, the coronation is being set up right now, and there's going to be a small feast beforehand. If you'd like, I would urge you to participate, and we can always figure out how we can get you guys all settled before, assuming that you're all set with what I've proposed previously.
Understood. How much time would we expect before the coronation begins?
We're looking about 4 hours or so. So if you want to do anything in town beforehand, or if you want to stay here, you're welcome to do so. And like I said, you'll be treated to a feast, and after the coronation, we'll just discuss what to do.
Oh, I see.
Well, I would imagine, friends, that we should stick together from here on out, since we're all kind of linked to our friend Memphi here, since he got his soul stolen, and if he gets hurt, we may get hurt.
Well, I do not plan on having anyone else hurt in this town, so I will have to stick with you guys and do that. So let us have a great time, shall we?
I can take care of myself. I really don't need all of you over here.
It's all right, Memphi. What we are trying to say is we don't want any other casualties. Even if you say you can take care of yourself, it doesn't rule out the fact that if you are to get hurt in any way, shape, or form, someone else will get hurt.
Jesus Christ. I mean,
this isn't our fault. You're the one that offered your damn soul.
Listen, my soul is standing between me and money. And nothing stands between me and money.
Nothing is going to purge that greed of yours, I guess. Yes. What would you like to say, Alice?
I agree.
Yep.
You look down.
Understood. Understandable. I guess. Oh, actually, is the king already out?
So yeah, he ended up leaving the room with his contingent of guards. Also, I feel like I didn't properly do justice to describing the guards and such. There are two types of guards within the city. The first are your general Joe Schmo guards. All of them are named Joe Schmo.
Joe, you're a guard. Congratulations.
No, every single guard in the city is named Joe Schmo.
Why?
So every general guard, because they're not as important. Then the elite knights, I should say, actually, that protected the castle and the king and his entourage are what are known as the dragon knights, and they're only dragonborns are accepted. The dragon knights are some of the fiercest fighters that can be brought up. They're basically the Navy SEALs of this sort of world, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
The Spartans.
Yeah, that's a better description. Yeah, like the Spartans, essentially. The King Godwin is never without a small contingent of Dragon Knights. And just kind of want to say that. So you have the town map in front of you. Did you guys want to do anything during your couple hours of free time?
Well, all right. So we're here in this stone fortress thing. Okay.
Let me move Kermie over there.
All right. Well, we have a few hours to do something right now, boys, and girl. Anything in mind that you are interested in seeing this wonderful town of ours?
I'm going to look around.
Going to look around. Anything in specific?
I would like to go to the market.
The market. Not a bad idea. They always serve.
I guess I'll head to the market as well.
They do have some fine wares and goods there. I can probably show you the way if you like. I've been here for quite some time. Dude.
Sounds like a splendid idea.
All right.
That's more of me trying to like yawn.
Yeah, I get you.
I'm just like kind of tired. All right, let's get going.
Alice, are you going with the boys to the market?
Alice was on her way to like basically go walk off and do her own thing, but I'm assuming that like what ended up happening while they were all going out was she kind of got dragged along.
Okay.
Sure.
That's fine.
I'm just going with the thing that Alice is kind of getting dragged along at this point.
So, you exit the castle, and right now it's about 2 p.m. So it's midday, and life is kind of starting to pick up around Rubrico Basilensis. And as you make your way to the market, people are starting to recognize you for, what you've done. It's spread through the city as Prince Henry is a very popular figure. And you have occasional people like wave at you and kind of greet you warmly as you make your way down to the market. And so as you enter the market, it's very busy. It's packed with people. There are a ring of market stalls all around, and there's a well in the center of this market where people go and just get a drink of water. The stalls range from anything you could imagine, whether it be food stalls, weapon stalls, magic item stalls, whatever kind of comes to mind. There's an area specifically for livestock, animals, feed. There's a separate area for any kind of flour you'd want. So it's a bustling place. There was a lot of different options.
Okay, so there's like literally everything here, in a way.
To an extent, yeah.
Yeah, cool. That gives us PTSD, let me tell you.
Yeah, I know. I wanted to mention that, but I didn't think that'd be fair. So also another thing, when it comes to magic items, there are specific shops kind of dotted around the city that are more focused on things. The market's just your general marketplace, literally. So,
I'm sorry. I'm just realizing how ridiculous my class is, because I completely forgot to add one of the things into my inventory that I have. One of 5 things, and all of them are broken AF. And I feel like Dylan and I were supposed to talk about it before, but I don't think we got a chance to.
I don't see anything in your inventory. You just have the 2 things in your inventory.
Yeah, but there's something that should be in. One more thing that should be in.
Class?
Well, hold on.
Artificer.
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah. Real quick, because I know what you're talking about, but I thought that was with the one subclass, right? No, never mind.
No,
that's any. Yeah.
Yep, that's
okay.
any.
Are you taking that?
Well, there's 4 different things, and I just realized all of them are technically considered wondrous items.
Yeah. Which one are you taking?
Let me look at them real quick, but right now I'm stuck between 2 of them. But there may be a third one. The other 2 I don't really need.
Okay, we'll go to take a look, and let me say out loud what it is when you decide. Okay. So, what about the rest of you? What are your plans here in the marketplace?
I'm gonna look for a blacksmith.
Okay.
Alice is just gonna look around.
Okay.
Just roll a 20 to see exactly what happens there.
Okay. Cool. And what about you, Kevin?
I'm probably gonna go to the potion stall.
Okay. Cool.
I'm gonna follow Memphi.
Okay. Let's see who we're gonna start with. Harmon, Kevin, Traven. Harmon, and Barthon. Mimpy and Barthon. All right, so Mimpy and Barthon, you see in the corner of this marketplace a small smithy. It doesn't have the advantage of being indoors, so it's not as large as it could be in terms of how much time is spent setting it up. But you see a small dwarf hammering on an anvil, and there's a crowd of people around trying to like bustle in and like talk to him, but he's very not interested in them. There's an elven woman kind of standing next to him trying to like help out. So what do you want to do?
I walk up to him and I go, "Excuse me. I wondered if you could help me with something."
You saying that to the male dwarf or the elf?
The dwarf.
You get no response.
Oof.
I look over at the woman. Maybe you
Hello,
can help
friend.
me.
How are you doing?
Jesus Christ.
Ah, finally. Fellow dwarf like myself.
God damn it.
Can't deal with this brickle-brackle.
Brickle
And
I
then
don't know. I think it's quite a wondrous people that are here. I'm pretty excited to be out and about.
What's your clan?
Oh, I'm Stoneheart. Barthon Stoneheart.
So he reaches a gruff hand out towards you to shake your hand.
I'm gonna reach out and shake his hand.
And he shakes it kind of vigorously, and he says, "Ah, the Stonehearts. I used to know a Stoneheart back in the day. It's been many a year since I've been back to my home, but
My home.
No, not home.
I do remember the stunning architecture
This
that
is my
your family
wife.
has engraved and created, and honestly, props to you. I heard that things are not going so well as of the past number of years, but hopefully things pick up."
Oh yes, actually, before I left and came to start adventuring, I created 2 new tools for my family to use, and it brought them back on the map again. They're up fighting against the top clans right now.
Oh, what were those tools?
It's a double tap hammer and a springed chisel.
Ah, I've actually heard talk about that. We've been receiving some more shipments in from Cordeldrum recently. Your invention's been doing pretty marvelous.
Thank you very
Pleased
much,
to meet
sir.
an inventor like yourself.
Oh, thank you.
So,
Nice to meet you as well. What is your name, by the way?
my name is Garlon. Yeah.
And your clan?
Bleh.
Sorry, I like stuff. I was trying to say Garlon, and then I just like choked halfway through.
I just like the fact that you went Garlon. Yeah.
That name.
You brought it up on the spot. You're
No.
like, oh fuck, I didn't expect him to ask for my name.
Yeah,
My
'cause we
name-
never fucking do.
Yeah, no, I was like blown away.
You're like, Gar.
My name is clan name is Halifax.
Oh, Halifax. Oh, quite wonderful.
What do you mean, fuck you?
This Halifax is in Canada. I'm
Sorry,
so pissed you lied to me about that Canadian capital stuff. This is why I have trust issues.
Jesus.
Go ahead, Joe.
That's quite wonderful. Fuck. I don't. Is Halifax even on the list of things? Did you put it in anywhere? I don't know.
I haven't supplied the information for dwarves since I'm going kind of off video game logic in terms of codex. So as you come across these important people, you'll be given a codex.
Character codex has been updated.
Yeah.
So, can you tell me what Halifax is?
Halifax is one
Capital
of the
Nova Scotia.
like there are 3 smithing clans. The top one is Albatross. The middle kind of like run of the mill is Halifax, and then the bottom like that aren't really considered too often are the Evort, Evort, and you can write all that down. In fact, I would recommend doing so. So
Kind of
let me give
useful.
you some notes, player notes that all of you can add to.
Oh, boy!
Oh man.
And
wait.
you said his first name was what?
His first name was I just fucking lost it.
Garlon?
Garlon.
Garlon.
Yeah,
Garlon.
Garlon.
Well,
Garlon,
Garlon,
yeah.
it's great to see one of the great smithing clans here.
Aye, my family's been doing work like this beautiful craftsmanship for many a year. What brings you to this market with your rather tall friend?
Well, I'm just kind of looking around, trying to find some materials I can work with to create some new items, just to get some ideas.
What kind of materials were you looking for?
Anything really. I'm just browsing really. But my friend here, I'm sure he has some questions. He's quite a nice guy, a little gruff, so please be a little forgiving.
Well, gruff is the way of the dwarves. And he reaches out a hand towards you, Mimpy.
I take his hand and I give him a hearty shake. And I say, "Nice to meet you, Garlon. Name's Mimpy."
Why?
I just want to see.
Wait, it's the one. Oh, you got a 12. What was the one for? Oh, that was for me. Yeah, that's right.
Is your hand gonna be smashed by this dwarf, or are you gonna?
Not quite that, but it's not gonna be that extreme. But I hope. Oof. Okay. So you go and you squeeze.
But whatever.
Yeah, you squeeze his hand, and he just squeezes it even harder, despite you having the bonus of having metal on your hand.
That's a strong grip you got there, friend.
He nods and says, "How can I help you?"
I got 2 questions. 3, actually.
Yes.
First, do you have a hammer?
Of course, I have many a hammer.
Second, do you have a chisel?
Yes.
All right. And then Mimpy goes over and lays on top of the anvil with his chest, kind of his chest plate in the middle, and he goes, "You see this little diamond on my chest? Can you try to knock it off?"
Wait, can I say something?
Yes.
Despite Harmon supposedly having this iron grip, he's been out-gripped twice, and it's session 2.
I don't have an iron grip. I'm just wearing full plate body.
I mean, not all iron is equal.
Yeah, you're right. Your iron is not equal to that dude's fucking hand. Or Alice's.
Apparently.
Both of those are definitely exceptions, though.
Yeah.
All right.
Still, by the way,
well, he's 0 for 2.
Yes, Joe?
Goggles of Night.
That's what you're going to take? Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit. Wait,
That's
hold on.
interesting.
So, I clicked on, I totally forgot that I had El Dorito on my computer, so I clicked on it, and I was like, oh, does this even open? And it's updating. El Dorito is updating.
So, wait, Joe, you know what those do, right?
Yeah, I just looked him up.
Because it extends your dark vision by 60 feet, since you already have dark vision.
Yeah, or I can give it to somebody else and give them dark vision.
I mean, yeah, if you wanted to get... Are you sure that's what you're going to take, though?
I mean...
He's being a friendly boy.
Well, the reason
I don't want to break the game with the first item that's on that list.
So, as part of his class, he gets an option every couple levels for a free magic item, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
That's fucking broken.
So here's the 5 options for level 2: cap of water breathing, which lets you helmet lets you breathe underwater; a drift globe, which isn't that great. I don't remember what it does offhand. Goggles of night, which gives you dark vision.
You can cast light in the dark.
Okay, yeah. And then sending stones. What do sending stones do, Joe?
Sending stones, you can cast magic through it, and it goes to the other stone.
Yeah.
So the 5th item is a bag of holding.
Okay, no.
Yeah, so I'm not using that. Otherwise, I would use that, and then bam, broken game.
Everything in the bag.
Yeah.
Exactly. We can talk about where I can put that in later, Dill. But I definitely...
Since this is a second level one, you can just have it. You can start off with that item.
No, I'm not gonna do that. No. Sure? I mean, I'm not gonna use bag of holding.
Yeah, I mean, whatever. Since you're choosing goggles night, you're not gonna have the option later on to choose the bag of holding.
Oh, okay. I see.
So whatever item you choose for each level, that's the item you get, and you're stuck with it. So make sure you whatever you get.
I think I'm gonna do sending stones then.
Okay. Okay. So with that, the dwarf, you lay down, and the dwarf kind of looks at you peculiar, and he takes his hammer and chisel, And he kind of puts the chisel up against the diamond, and he smashes his hammer into it, and the chisel shatters.
Eh.
And he
Well-
sighs. He kind of rolls up his sleeves and says, "Aye, wait just a minute." And he reaches-
He's now determined.
He reaches in his bag, and he pulls out this blue, like the silvery blue looking chisel. He says, "This is a mithril chisel.
Uh-oh.
This doesn't get it out. Sorry, can I help you?" And so he goes, like, he leverages it again, and he slams the hammer into it, and it shatters.
Mm.
And he's just, his jaw drops, and he says, "What in the fuck did you bring me, son?"
When did he turn into a fucking hillbilly?
That wasn't my intent.
fuck you bringing me, boy?
You broke my chisel. You broke my chisel.
Broke both my chisels.
What in tarnation did...
Sure.
Well, I was hoping you'd be able to help me, but I'll pay you for your chisels, and I have one more question. And he like sits up on the anvil and he goes, "You happen to sell any sort of a shield?"
I sell all sorts of shields. Which kind of shield are you looking for?
I'm looking for a large one, something I can sling on my back.
A tower shield or a large kite shield?
Probably a
Let's say
large kite.
shield.
Yeah, I can get you a solid piece of steel to kind of help you out. And he kind of walks over and he grabs a couple of shields. He says, "Are you just looking for a plain metal shield?"
Well, what kind do you have?
Well, I have some general steel shields with some various designs, but I do have some magic shields available. They're a little bit costlier, but a little bit more costly. But if that's what you're looking for, we can get it done.
How much more cost we looking at?
Well, how
Dill,
much you looking to? Yeah.
while this is happening, I'm gonna be examining like any of the chisels he has for sale.
Okay.
And I would like to investigate them.
Go ahead. Roll
Um,
investigation.
Actually, I'm gonna see. Oh yeah, I actually have a bonus to that. So let's have some fun here.
Oof, that's a hefty
It's-
fucking.
Yeah, it's a hefty investigation plus. But I'm just trying to see how they're made without actually having to ask him, like what the process was of actually creating the chisels that he has out here.
I'd go as far as saying, even without your investigation, since you work with that just in your general life, you would know how to make it. It's just a matter of acquiring the proper metals.
No. I want to know how he produces his specifically.
Oh,
Because
so-
like not in a shipment, but I want to know how his clan produces it. Simply because I want to have some leverage with this character.
okay. You're able to see pretty easily that his standard method is just slightly different from the others. I don't know properly blacksmithing, so bear with me. But essentially, you're able to see that when he's pouring the metal, he makes it a little bit more pliable, so the chisel isn't as sturdy as it could be. It's more meant for smaller instances, like if you're trying to get it up in something, kind of.
Okay. All right, and then I'll wait until Memphi and himself are done talking, and then I'm gonna offer a different way of creating these.
Okay. So for you, Harmon, I have 4 options for magic shields from this guy. All right. The first one is Aegis, and this has on the shield. It has a dragon, and while holding the shield, you get bonus to advantage on intimidation rolls, and if the shield is ever destroyed, it blows up to 66 psychic damage.
It blows
How
up.
much?
Well, hold on. Let me go through all four first. I'm telling you as DM first. Second one is just advantage on perception checks, a little bit weaker. This one is probably the. I'm gonna say that with last. This there's a shield where kite shield that you can, for your action, you can click a button on the back, and it launches the shield forward and can be used to kind of like push people back, like push people off an edge sort of thing.
Is that called the Brigitte?
No, it's
that's
called the Lawbringer shield.
yeah.
Yeah,
We'll say
Brigitte.
the law shield. And so that's its main purpose, and it'll knock enemies 5 feet back. So, and then the last one is called Agony.
I wonder why.
And it has a picture of a tentacle monster on the front, looking almost akin to Cthulhu. It's a pure black shield. If a creature near you, within 5 feet of you, is being hit, you can use your reaction to kind of hop in front of them and block the attack. So, like, if you could basically impose disadvantage on the attack, and they would also take 1d6 damage, necrotic damage.
What kind of prices am I looking at?
For the Sentinel Shield is the name of the perception one. For the Sentinel Shield, you're looking at about 50 gold. Aegis, 70. The Spring Shield, Brigitte Shield, 100. And Agony, you're looking at about 150. I would be charging more for it. However, it's not at the level it used to be. It's a little bit weaker.
Here. Mimpy pulls out 200 gold and gives it to him and says, I'll take Agony and use that money to fix any of those chisels you broke trying to get this damn thing off.
Aye, you're a good man. And he hands you Agony. So make sure you put that in your thing, and I'll put the weight in.
How
after
does
the
that
session.
say? How does it say? How much is Agony? Wait.
Agony's gonna weigh.
I also 8 pounds.
Yeah.
I got a question.
Yeah.
You buy old weapons?
What did you have in mind?
I pull out the rusty axe I picked up last time from the blob.
Yeah, I'll take it for 2 gold.
You have yourself a deal.
So he takes it, slides 2 gold over to you.
That's 2 McChicken sandwiches right there.
Yeah, that's 2 goats.
You-
All right, is there anything you two wanted? Oh, I know you want to do something, Joe. Is there anything else you want to do, Mimpy?
Hold on. I gotta do math. I gotta get rid of all the money I just spent 200, make 500.
I forgot I had a fuck ton of
And I
gold.
got two.
that I took
Wow.
from,
I have 555 gold perfectly.
wow, that's nice. Solid.
That's still a lot. Wow.
I started off with
Nice.
250 because of my character's backstory.
Nice.
Oh, wow, that's a little cheap, but alright.
I started off with somewhere around 100, also because of my character's backstory.
Yeah,
I mean,
but
my
started off with an
my
instant
character-
I understand
weapon
that,
because of my
Joe. That's
player's
good for you.
backstory.
My character
Yeah.
saved a princess when trying to, or I don't know if it was a princess or a lord's daughter while trying to rob them. So
The way my family ran was quite communistic, so I just took
Yeah, it was a
some
Duke
of my
father.
share of the.
Communistic.
Joe, no.
Most
Society
family
is
are
not communistic.
most
No,
families are
no.
communistic, honestly,
Obviously
or
not.
at least socialistic in some way.
But still, I didn't say
Yeah, no, I know.
the society
I know.
was.
Okay, so is anything else, Mimpy?
that'll be all. I sling Agony onto my back and I start to walk away.
And what does it
Alright,
do?
well,
Allows
ridic-
user to react against a foe within 5 feet and cause disadvantage on them and deal 1d6 necrotic damage.
Correct. Did you write that
Right.
down, Mimpy, by the way? So spend the time writing it down in the sheet. Like, if you click the info button underneath the shield, it'll like let you type it in. So make sure you write that down.
Yeah.
Info button.
Thank you, Kevin, for reminding me to tell him that.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Um,
What the fuck is this info button?
It's over. If you go to Agony and then hover over the right side of it, there's like an eye.
Oh, on my
Okay.
actual character page.
Okay, so Barthon, you're up.
Hello, sir. I actually I was examining your picks over here, and I realized that they're not up to total par. Are these the ones you also use for yourself?
I do not have the funds to spare this time to replace them.
I understand. Do you I really don't want to disrespect you, but I'm not trying to steal your knowledge. But how exactly do you create your picks here?
Sorry, ignore that.
The standard way of my clan, the Halifax.
Have
Nothing.
have you ever thought about, instead of just straight forming it, to fold the iron over on the top of itself, or the ore you're working with, to create a stronger bond and make it so it does more damage? Because as far as I can tell right now, these picks here, they're quite fragile.
I did not even consider that. We'll take that in mind. Thank you very much.
Oh yes, no problem,
Stoneheart.
sir. There's no no price for this kind of work. I mean, it's just one clan helping another.
You're the one. You're the kind of people we need back in Coral Drum.
Thank you very much, sir. I hope you have a fine day, and I hope your picks sell better now.
I will definitely take that into consideration. Make my pick stronger. Thank you. Reputation increase. So, anything else you want to do, Joe?
I don't carry any melee weapons on me, so I legitimately had no other reason to go to this other than make face. So
Wait, no. You should just start off with a weapon.
I have no melee weapons.
Oh, rifle.
I have to go to a gunsmith for my weapons.
Okay. So, in that case, write down what I told you about the character, clan, stuff like that in the player notes. While we do these next parts. At Joe.
There's player notes.
So, which between Alice and Rayld, which one would like to go first?
She's too shy. She's not gonna
How
ask
did
about
you
it.
spell his name, Dill?
Garlon is Garlon,
Yeah.
Okay.
and then Halifax.
Holla, holla, holla.
So in that case, since she's shy, I almost said Kolbeck, right? Rayld, go ahead.
Yes. So I approach the stall, and I give a nice greeting. It's like, hello, it's been quite a few weeks since I've last seen you.
Ah, yes. It's a wow. Thought you were gonna show up for quite some time. How have you been, Rayhold?
I've been so-so. I had to do a couple odd jobs here and there. Has there been any trouble with you in these past few weeks?
We had some general rubbish trying to mess with my stall, but nothing too crazy.
You haven't had any thieves coming around the night to steal some of your wares or anything?
Surprisingly, only during the day.
Huh. These fools don't really know how to deal with this. All right.
So for your information, Kevin, this is a woman. Her name is Maylin.
Malin, how do you spell that?
Maylin.
Cool, gotcha.
Yep. And she is a gnome. She's a little bit older. And so just keep some general notes, and then I'm going to have you write down everything afterwards in the player notes.
I'm already typing things out. Sure.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine. I'm going to change the name of it to player notes for Rubrico, so that way we can kind of keep some semblance of order. Okay, so sorry, just kind of wanted to let you know that since you already know her, would it make sense for you to ask her name?
Yeah. All right. So, Malin, I was thinking I had a really bad encounter earlier today, and I was wondering if you can fix me up with something, maybe a special potion of yours or whatnot.
Yeah. What? Looking for some healing?
Well, to probably have a better chance for our future encounters, I might have to this time around. Normally, I don't need them, considering that troubles around the city are not as perseverance as what I've encountered earlier. So, what would you say would be some of your best potions for healing?
Well, if you know what kind of thing you're going into ahead of time, I'd recommend this. And she reaches below the stall, pulls up a vial with a yellow liquid, and she says, "This potion right here, it'll give you I'll give you 10 temporary hit points that last for an hour. So if you're going into like a fight, then you could use that." And then she reaches below the counter, pulls up some general healing potions, and she points them and says, "This one right here is your standard 2d4 plus 2 HP." And then she also has a greater healing potion, which is 44 plus 4.
Okay.
If you're looking for a little bit more defense, we have this. And she reaches below again and pulls up this murky gray kind of potion. And she says, this will give you some resistance to whatever you're looking for. So it'll give you resistance to one type of damage for an hour, which I'll let you choose the damage if you know what you're going into. And so those are the general ones in terms of
that got for sale
defense
here.
and healing.
Okay. This yellow tonic here seems to intrigue me a little. How much would you give this for?
Normally I'd say 50, but I'm willing to go down to 45 for you, Rayold.
45, huh? I mean, that's not too bad considering what you can offer here. You know what? I feel generous today. I will gladly give you 45 here.
Thank you as always. And she slides on over to you. So go to rate Potion of Heroism.
Potion of Heroism.
So what did you want the name of the thing to be?
Of what thing?
The player notes, because I saved and it erased the name. So Kevin, if you save, it's going to erase everything I've written so far.
Okay. So in that case, copy your stuff, Kevin, and put it on the side or just put it in the general chat block. And then once Joe is completely done, then you can just
I have
go
this
back.
in Google Drive right now.
Oh, okay,
so
cool.
It's all right. Said...
But what? I'm just gonna save mine right now, and then you can rename it, Bill.
Okay.
Temporarily gives 10 HP for 1 hour.
Yep.
Cool.
So like if you're going in a dungeon or something like that, it would be the time.
Yeah.
Or like a boss fight.
That's used for...
Actually, I'm gonna email myself a picture of Barthon so I can put it as my character image.
Cool. All right. And then for these general healing potions, how many do you have?
I have 5 of these general healing, the 2d4, and I have 2 of the greater healing.
2 of them. How much would the greater ones be?
You're looking at 100 gold apiece.
Ooh. Well, they aren't greater for no reason, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't see myself having to need those just yet. What would be your general ones?
55.
55 each, huh?
Correct.
Do you think you can toss them down to 50 each at least?
Roll persuasion.
Persuasion time.
I could definitely drop that down. I could probably drop that down to good. I'll go a little further. 48.
48. You are being too kind, too sweet for your age. Let me tell you. All right, I will gladly take those both. I'll take 2 of them in that case.
Okay.
So you said it's 96 off of this. Oh God, math.
So 96 plus your 45.
Yeah, I already took off the 45.
Okay.
96. Okay, so I have 438 left. That's great. Okay, and then just minor healing potion. This was 2d4. You said.
2d4 plus 2.
Okay, heals 2d4 plus 2.
Actually, do that 2d4 plus 4 because that's what I normally do. But
Okay.
then
Cool.
that one would be just plus 6.
All right, and that's it. Okay. Well,
Were there any other general potions you wanted to check out?
you happen to have anything in stock that's a specialty besides healing? I guess, Malin.
We did get. I was able to make some special ones recently, and she pulls up a pink vial, a white liquid vial, a green liquid vial, and a purple liquid vial. So we're going to go right down the list. The first one.
Okay.
The first. I'm just going to tell you as DM. The first one is a drink that when a creature drinks it, within 10 minutes afterwards, they're charmed for an hour. And if they're a creature that of a species or gender that you're normally attracted to, they regard you as your true love. It's just like a little potion.
Okay.
The second one, the yellow, is a potion that lets you have the reduce effect of the enlarge reduce spell for 1d4 hours. So it basically just lets you shrink. And that falls under the rules of the actual spell.
Okay.
The last two are probably the ones that are most interesting. The next one's a potion of gaseous form. So it lets you gain the effect of the spell gaseous form for an hour, which basically turns you into like Reaper's like shift ability essentially.
So it'd be like a smoky sort of like
Yeah.
form. Okay.
So you basically turn into gas for an hour, and and then the last one is a potion of mind reading, which gives you the detect thoughts spell.
Okay. So,
Dill, just out of curiosity.
Yeah.
Would I be able to go walk up to them while they're there? Because I want to talk to Alice.
Yeah, you can. Well, Alice? You went with Kolvek, right? Or did you? No, you said you're going separately, right?
Yeah.
Separate.
Okay.
Oh, well,
she's
I'm
separate.
gonna go find Alice then.
Okay. Allows to read all thoughts and such for what? How long?
So for the detect thoughts spell, I believe that lasts for an hour as well. Most of these are just base level potions.
Yeah, I don't expect much from it, but like, okay.
So basically how detect thoughts works is there's 2 levels to it. The first level is you can, just by drinking the potion, you can learn the surface thoughts of a creature.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you decide to probe further, you can. However, they will know that you probe further and you can like learn actual information.
That's pretty sweet.
So it's good for interrogations and stuff, I guess. Okay.
Yeah, so it's really just whichever one you'd like.
Okay. These are all very, very nice potions. You only made them recently, you say, huh?
Yep, only have one of each right now.
Ooh, okay. Do tell me about this potion of gaseous form.
Ah, yes. So, have you ever wanted to turn into gas?
When I'm not hiding in the shadows, sometimes.
So basically, how this spell works, whenever any willing creature, well, in which case it'd be you, you turn into a misty cloud. If you somehow drop to 0 hit points, then the spell ends, but that doesn't typically happen. You have a flying speed of 10 feet, but you can enter and occupy the space of another creature. And you have resistance to non-magical damage, advantage on a bunch of like rolls, and you can pass through like small holes, narrow openings, and cracks.
Yeah.
So, say for instance, somebody was about to die, and you pour that in their mouth, then they would have resistance to everything, advantage on a bunch of things. It has a lot of uses. But the only thing is, you can't talk or manipulate objects. So you would have to use some other method to properly talk.
Okay. Do you happen to know if this can be modified a little bit more to say where you don't have to ingest it or anything of such? Maybe you can just, just drop it on the body or something. maybe you'll do that.
Well, I guess I could. No, geez, that's way too deep. I guess I could always distill it a little bit more. Turn it into an actual gas, so you could just kind of throw at somebody or yourself.
Mm-hmm.
I think I could arrange that if you wanted to do that.
I would be more intrigued into doing that if you would be able to, and I think you in ahead of time.
You want right now?
Yeah.
So the gaseous form is 80 gold. Are you okay with that?
80 gold.
You can roll persuasion if you'd like.
Let's do it. Let's see if I can. Nope, nada.
Okay, well, it's still 80.
That's fine. I'll take that.
Okay, so she kind of walks over and spends a little bit of time distilling it, brings it back, and you see, instead of a green liquid, it's like a green gas that's kind of swirling in the vial.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, anything else you wanted to do?
No, I think I'm pretty sure I've done all that I could here. Well, it has been wonderful doing business with you again, Malin. I hope that nothing will happen in the next couple of weeks before I come visit again, right?
We can only hope not. You have a nice time.
Yeah, you too. And I just
So,
walk away.
go ahead. Well, before you walk away, go ahead and start adding in all the stuff into the player notes. Joe, what did you say earlier? I didn't quite catch that.
He's
I
trying to find
wanted to find where Alice is because I wanted to talk to her.
Okay, Alice, what's going on with you?
Alice is looking around the stands. She's looking for exactly like someone who sells map.
Looking for what?
Someone who sells map.
Wait. It sounds like you're saying math.
Map.
A map. Literally a map.
Okay. Yeah, I know. I understand now, but it sounded like you said math for some reason. Okay, so anyways, what kind of map are you looking for?
A map of the continent.
Okay, you're actually about to be given one, like, by the king very shortly. I'm just gonna say.
She doesn't know that.
Okay. So you see in like one area of the marketplace, there's a small stall that has a bunch of different maps scattered on it.
It's a
call
scholar's
it
dream.
Nobody ever goes to the map stall. Nobody ever asks for maps. Nobody ever
How
wants
tall is the stand?
It's very. We're talking like an old like 1920s newsstand. It's like
Very
5 feet
You mean
wide.
it's basically
like-
a soapbox.
Basically, it's very small. 5 feet wide, 2 feet off the ground.
Okay. But Alice is gonna walk over. She's gonna like just kind of stand there until like is there anyone there?
Yeah, so there's a man behind the counter, and he shoots up real quick. He's a tiefling. He says, "Oh, hello. How can I help you?"
Alice kind of gets frightened, like
I'm sorry. It's just nobody ever buys maps. Nobody ever wants maps. I don't know why. I'm always offering. Like I always have them, but nobody ever wants them.
Wow, what a meme.
Did you happen to have a map of the continent?
Well, of course. Would you like to buy one?
Yes.
I can sell you one for 10 gold.
That'll do nice.
And so you pay the 10 gold, and this is what the map looks like.
Alright.
Okay, so going back to the city map. Was there anything else you want to do? Anything you want to say?
She's actually gonna be looking at the map, trying to figure things out.
Alright.
So she's just gonna be walking around.
Actually, I'm just going to switch the map so you guys can all actively kind of look at it right now.
Cool.
So, with that, Barthon walks up around this point.
I find her.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, hello, Alice. I was looking for you.
She just jumps the fuck up. Like just fucking jumps, and she gets a pretty. And I'm gonna roll strength for how high she actually jumps.
It's like Saitama.
Gets completely shot up there.
I would laugh
She-
if you rolled.
She was just incredibly immersed in the map.
Gets a 1, trips over.
I'm not even looking.
I can. So whenever I do like a strength check or shit or whatnot, I can use my Constitution instead. I'm gonna be using my Constitution, just not use.
Okay.
That's not a problem.
Well, hop.
Little hop.
Sorry, I didn't mean to startle you, Alice. For some reason, I keep forgetting you're a little squeamish, if I might say.
It's okay.
I was just curious. Do you have any certain likes? Like, do you find anything cute or anything? Like a little girl like yourself would.
Like father.
I don't know if Traven's cutting out.
You're cutting out a little bit, Traven.
Yeah.
I am. Oh,
I didn't know if that was him or his
I like-
character choice.
Yeah, I was confused there for a second as well.
I like my father.
Are there any aspects about him that you could describe?
Kind, and very.
It cut off again.
Oof.
He's very very kind and knowledgeable, and I just really like my father.
Are there any facial, physical aspects that you can recall?
Has a beard. It's really scratchy.
Okay, I can kind of work with that. Anything else?
Really has hair kind of long, back, but it's not longer than he way taller. Like if I stood on my shoulders, and he's also like, decently kind of strong in read. But I actually, and he can reach the top shelf.
Oh, okay. That's all I have to say. I'm just gonna say I heard everything you said, even though I heard like 2 words. But assuming I know all of what Traven said.
Okay, did you honestly not hear anything I said?
We
Honestly,
heard most.
we
there's-
heard
it
but
was
there's a
hair.
lot that cut out.
We heard
Okay.
hair. We heard he can reach the top shelf, but
Yep.
He's really strong. He's really
Yeah, I heard really strong.
his hair is long. He has it ponytailed into the back.
Oh,
But you guys what's really crazy is when you're talking in the Alice voice, we can barely hear you. But when you talk normally, like it just goes through fine.
I think what it is his mic's not picking it up.
Yeah, my mic's probably
Yeah.
not picking it up.
it's too soft.
So anyway, assuming that Barthon heard all that, well, Alice, would you like to follow me for a second? You can
Okay.
keep reading the map. That's quite all right. I just don't want you to get lost.
Okay, that's all right. I really need this map, and I have to figure out where I am.
Okay, that's quite all right. Just follow me. I'm actually gonna walk over to a jeweler.
Yeah.
And I'm going to. Just generally, I'm gonna walk up to a jeweler.
Okay.
Can you describe it?
We need to know what
Yeah.
it looks like, Dylan.
I know. I was just kind of like trying to think of like what kind of way I'm gonna describe this guy.
Okay.
There's a guy, and he's pretty popular. A lot of people. He's very muscular, and his stall. Oh, I heard Brian. I thought it was Joe saying no. He's very muscular. On his stall, there's a hodgepodge of rings and necklaces and bracelets. He even has like occasional like weapons scattered about. Doesn't make any sense. And he sees you guys coming near. And there are a bunch of like females and a couple males just standing about like in awe of him. And he says, "Ah, greetings! How may I help you?"
I have a request.
Of course.
I'm gonna go up to him and I'm gonna kind of secretly tell him. Hey, I actually have a small stone I need you to paint on, if you could. And then I'm gonna give him a brief description. I need it to look like it has long hair and a scratchy-ish beard, strong-looking face. And I'm actually gonna hand him one of the magical stones I have. One of the sending stones.
Interesting. Do you want him to chisel it on or paint it on?
No. I just want it painted.
Okay, you're at the wrong spot. He doesn't know.
He's the wrong spot.
You
Can't paint.
Yeah, he knows how to like
Jewelers can't paint.
jewelry, but yeah, fucking jewelers trying to think that they can paint. No,
Damn.
Fucking,
we're just
you
gonna
think
say,
the
like,
jewelers know how to paint?
the stall right next to you is a less visited stall, but there is a painter there, and he kind of hears you like talk, like he sees you whispering, and as you're whispering, he kind of comes up and like puts his head up in between you guys, and is like, "Hey there, I can do that for you."
Hello, sir. Are you a painter?
Of course, I heard everything. No need to explain. And he just kind of takes the stone and he goes and goes behind and like kind of he turns his back from the front of the stall and he like furiously like paints and you see him grab like there's a huge like palette of paints around him. He's just kind of dotting it and stuff like that. He's like observing it, and within about 40 seconds, he walks over, and both of you are still in roughly the same spot, and he just kind of says, "Here you go, sir. It'll be 2 gold."
2 gold? How's about 7? Thank you very much.
And he's like, "Oh, I've never had this much gold at one purchase. Oh man, I could probably buy dinner for a month."
You're welcome, sir. It's fantastic work, and for a good cause.
Yeah, it's absolutely stunning work. Like, you'd think that it was magic if you didn't furiously see him paint for like 5 minutes.
You mean 40 seconds, Dylan?
Sorry, 40 seconds.
Jeez.
So it is magic.
I originally was going to say like 5. Doesn't matter. So, yes, you have this.
Okay, I'm gonna walk over to Alice. I'm gonna say, Alice, I got this for you. I thought you might like it.
So, like, Alice has the map like all the way up her face, so she ends up putting it down, and she sees the statue. And for a second, you kind of like she just has this full glitter, this little shine to her eyes that was really there before.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, "That's my dad!" And then she just drops the map and then grabs the phone.
I thought you might like it. Please keep it on you, always.
How big is the stone? Is it like her hands are kind of big, but they're kind of small?
I could easily fit 2 of them in my hand.
Okay.
So they're more like pebbles, I would say, like large
Alright.
pebbles.
And then she's just kind of like holding it with like has it kind of sandwiched between both her hands, and she's like, "Thank you. I don't. How much do I owe you?"
Oh, nothing at all. I just thought it might help you come out of your shell a little. Haha.
Interesting.
Interesting.
Thank you. And she ends up like kind of holding it really close to her chest, and she's just she is like that.
So I need you to write that down, Traven.
Okay.
And I need you guys to write somewhere that, like, letting you guys know that you each have each other the sending stone of the other.
I have one sending stone in my inventory.
Okay.
I just moved. I did have both. Now I only have 1.
Okay.
So if you just want to put a pendant of your father in yours, and then in parentheses sending stone, I think that would be okay. That way you
Okay.
at least know it's the sending stone.
Yeah. She doesn't have to send us down.
Doesn't? Yeah.
Okay.
I'm sure this. I'm sure this pendant will protect you.
But is it like a necklace then?
It's just a
Well,
Does it have a full-on
sorry,
braid,
not,
or is it?
not a pendant. It's just a stone.
Okay.
I misspoke there. That was my bad.
You can get a chain and like put it on a chain or something.
Yeah, if you wanted to, but don't let anybody fuck with that stone if they're not me.
Well, are you telling her this is Barthon, or are you telling Craven?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd prefer if you wanted to wear it as an item, like a necklace or so. Just let me do the craftsmanship on it.
Also, something is, since you didn't tell her that it was a sending stone, she can't really she can receive, but she can't send anything because she doesn't know it's a sending stone.
Yeah, I know, that's perfectly fine.
Okay.
I read the thing, Dylan.
Okay. So, does anyone else want to have anything to do?
Hmm.
I'm gonna go to the potions person.
Okay.
And just to make it simple, just want 2 regular potions.
All right. For the healing potions, that's going to be 65 gold apiece.
65 apiece. Persuasion. Well, I guess we have to go into talking then. Jesus.
Hello there.
Hello, how are you doing today?
Doing well. How are you?
Quite fantastic.
Incredible.
Well, that's incredible. How I help you?
I would like 2 of your standard potions, please.
All right. That's you're looking at about 65 gold apiece.
Is there any way I can get that any cheaper?
Roll persuasion. I knew he was gonna say it.
Mhm.
Oh, this isn't gonna be fun unless I
I
roll
don't know,
high.
you will get a lucky roll, probably.
Nope.
No.
Probably.
Yeah. Well, I actually had a customer come by recently and buy some more, so I'm actually gonna have to raise that to 67.
Oh.
Right then,
So-
I guess I'll just
so-
take 1 then.
One sec. Because Alice ended up following you.
Okay.
So she's gonna see that you're trying to like barter, and because you kind of ended up giving her that statue, you kind of got some brownie points for her. So she goes up and she's like, excuse me.
Are you talking to me or him?
Talking to you. Talking to you. Not him.
Hello, little girl.
My friend would really like those potions for a good price. Could you possibly lower them?
Roll
And then I'm
persuasion.
gonna do that. Terrible.
I'm really sorry. I'm really running low. I appreciate the concern for your friend, but just can't budge.
Oh, okay.
Oof.
Just
Oh.
kind of gets sad.
I'm gonna
She-
look over, and since I'm actually shorter than Alice, I'm gonna reach up and pat her on the head and say, "Oh, it's all right, friend. We'll just."
Alice's mood just went down a little.
Actually forgot that I'm taller than you. Because she's already short. Oh jeez, that's such a fucking image.
I muted myself. That's why you couldn't hear me.
Ah.
Nimpy strolls in and goes, "What's going on, friends?"
Oh, hi, Memphi. I'm just buying myself a health potion, because I mean, our last fight, number 1, I didn't really get to fight, and number 2, I almost died. So, yeah. I would just like 1 health potion, ma'am.
What's your price on health potions, ma'am?
65 gold apiece.
How about you
Oh,
take that
65.
down to 35 for us?
Oof.
We did just save the prince.
Roll that persuasion, bud.
You can fuck off.
Oh my god.
You really have to lower it now, boy.
Bye. All right.
Or
All right.
are you gonna make an
That's
exception?
funny. No, I'm going to. Okay. And she looks and says, I didn't know that you were all the ones. I really like to sell you some I'll sell you there, knight, 35 gold per health potion. I only have 3 left, though.
I'm gonna give him 70 gold and say, hey, can I get 2?
I'll take 2 of them.
What, do you want one for yourself, Mimpy, or no?
Nah, I'm good.
You sure?
Mimpy didn't get scratched last time. I'll be
I
fine.
don't look so.
Fine, I'll take one, you rotten
All right.
bitch.
So go ahead and Joe subtract 70, and then
I
Mimpy
know.
subtract 35.
I know math.
And then allocate your potions.
Dude, I'm at 520. Blaze it.
So,
Potions just go in a regular inventory, right?
correct.
Okay.
How much do they weigh?
Potions weigh half a pound apiece. Which, speaking of which, I need to go through and fix everyone besides Harmon for their weight.
Yeah, 'cause how much are sending stones a piece? Like 0.1?
Yeah, 0.1. So, Rayold, do you want to? Are you nearby? Would you say,
Yeah,
or did you go?
I would be nearby. I can see them in the distance, I guess.
Okay.
Oh, there they are. Ugh. I would walk over to the group and it's like, well, there you guys are. Where were you all at?
Oh, you're with Rayold. Oh, well, if I would have done that, I would have given you a lower price.
Well, hello there again, Malin. Sorry about that. This is my my wonderful group, I guess you could call them. Yeah, we had a rough beginning earlier on, as I told you, and I see that they are purchasing some potions from you.
Yes, they are very persuasive.
I can imagine, huh?
I'm just gonna look over, do a finger gun, and wink.
Okay.
It's just gonna like kind of look down.
I see. Well, I hope you've given them a wonderful price for your services.
Of course. Right.
Well,
Actually, one more thing I would like to do.
Yes.
I would like to go over to the cartographer that nobody ever goes to.
Yes.
sure.
Oh, hello there.
Hello, sir. How are you doing?
Had so many customers in a day.
God damn it.
Breaks down crying.
Yeah.
Would you happen to have a map of the underground of this city?
The sewer system?
Yeah.
Well, of course. I have maps for so many things. And he shuffles about and he hands out. He's like, 5 gold.
5 gold? Alright, how about 10?
I've never had so much gold.
Damn it, Joe.
And he's just sobbing
Don't
openly.
indulge Dylan with this character.
Just so you know, my name is Barthon. You seem like quite a wonderful person. I'd really like to get to know you some more. What is your name?
My name is Alexander.
Oh, well, hello, Alexander. My name is Barthon Stoneheart of the Stoneheart clan in, what the fuck is that city?
Quartal drum.
Yeah, that one. Cordodrum. Cordodrum?
Oh, well, I've never heard of that, but good for you.
Thank you very much. I would like to keep in contact with you. But we'll talk more on that later. Please stay around.
I'll try and stay in business as long as I can. Nobody ever actually asked for anything, so I'm really shocked.
Alrighty, thank you very much, sir. And then after that, I would like to go to the post office.
Okay, well, we're going to go to the post office, and then you guys got to make your way back.
Okay.
Okay.
This is the only thing my character needs.
So we're gonna switch it back onto this city map. So I'm going to move Kermie to where the post office is. It's over there.
Oh, okay. Post office.
So as you approach the post office, it's a larger building, a little bit older looking. It's made out of wood and stone. Doesn't really have too much metal on it. And you see Tabaxi outside with a little messenger bag that they're putting mail into. And the Tabaxi, which is a Khajiit basically, raises their hand and says, howdy there.
Hello, sir. How are you?
Doing well. What brings you to this side of town besides, well, the post office?
Well, I'm here to actually pick up a letter that may be here for me.
What's your name?
Barthon Stoneheart.
And he kind of walks inside, and he comes back outside a minute later. He has 2 letters in his hand, and he says, well, here you go, sir. Actually, before I do, need to ask you a fun question.
Yes, sir. How can I help you?
What is the name of your mother?
Sharon. No, it's not Sharon. Yes, it is Sharon.
What?
Is that your final answer?
It is not my final answer.
There are security questions put in place.
Collect all the
Her name
cards
is
in the picture.
Sherdon. Sherdon.
All right, here you go. Have a nice day. And he kind of continues on his way, humming a song.
You should have just done.
Thank you very much.
You should have just done.
What is your name, by the way?
Well, my name is Taco. Taako.
Oh, it's nice to meet you, Taco. Thank you for the mail.
Yeah, I deliver everywhere, so I'm sure this won't be the last time you see me.
Thanks.
Okay, someone update player notes also. Yes, Joe.
All I see in the player notes is my own stuff. But,
I'm still typing out stuff. Give it a minute.
if you're putting anything in there, let me know when you're done so I can update that. Or if you want to put in Taco.
Taco. He didn't visit the post office.
Okay, so.
But yeah, I would like to view my mail.
Okay, we're gonna do that separately, Joe.
Oh.
Just for this time.
Okay, that's fine.
And so we're gonna head back to the castle unless
shit.
there's something else.
Actually, real quick, can we rewind that a little bit?
Yes.
Before he leaves, I'm gonna ask him for a pen and paper and an envelope, and I'm gonna quickly write out a letter to Sharon.
Okay.
And send it to her for what's going on thus far.
Okay. So he smiles, says, "Thanks." And kind of puts in his messenger bag and he's on his way.
Okay.
I love the idea of like a mailman that I'm setting up, which we'll see later on in the story more. But
Pretty much every time we visit a city, fun fact.
so, all right. So we're gonna head back to the castle. Anything else that anyone else wants to do? Final time.
Nada.
No. Once, going twice. Sold the cat in the black fur.
Okay, I guess Lord Nibbles is running the show now.
I guess.
So, you make your way back to the, or rather, as you make your way back to the castle, you see hosts of people coming in. There's actually a line stretching all the way, for about a good city block worth of distance, and people are chatting, and some guards see you and kind of wave you over. One's wearing sunglasses, and he looks at you. He says, "See you on the list. Go on in."
Yeah, thank you.
And then the guard next to him looks over and says, Jerry, you know who they are. What? And he's just let me have this moment. And so, anyways, you go on in, and you guys can kind of choose wherever you want to sit. But I'm going to describe the general entrance. Entering the entrance hall, there are guards kind of like corralling people towards like two doors that lead into a banquet hall. In that banquet hall are massive mahogany tables, hundreds of feet long, with that are connected with a series of benches on each side. At the front of the room, there is another table that's a little bit more exquisite with the royal family, where you see King Godwin and you see Prince Henry, you see the 13 nobles that I had mentioned previously in the history lesson. And you see kind of a couple other members who you don't really know, but are sitting up there nonetheless. And the hall is lavishly decorated with the colors of Rubrico, which are green and silver. And people are just kind of every other person that isn't at that table is generally sitting wherever they want. There are three of those tables I described, laden with food. Are you guys sitting together? Or are you guys sitting separate?
I don't know. I feel like
I personally would like to sit with everybody.
I mean, I have no objections to that.
I feel like Mimpy is just gonna go sit down and everybody's gonna follow him because they don't want him to get hurt.
That might be how it would actually go.
So like walk over. All right, let's find
Your
a seat
leader
and get
simply
on with
because we're
this.
afraid of you getting hurt.
No.
That's how it's gonna be.
It's not even like I'm leader. I'm just pet. I'm a baby. You have to watch.
You're covered head to toe in armor, and we're afraid that you'll get hurt.
Yeah, you guys haven't seen my face, have you?
No, you always seem to wear that armor around.
Do
Why?
you want to? Do you know how I got
need-
these scars?
You want to
Have a
know
face
how
off?
I got these scars?
We're gonna have a face off.
A face off, literally.
Maybe. Am I gonna be Nicolas Cage or John Travolta? You don't know. Are you gonna pull my helmet off and I'll be like, "Hey, Sandy," or I'll be like, "All right, Nick Cage."
Okay, so, anyways,
Couldn't think of a Nick Cage quote.
you end up sitting down together, and nobody's eating yet. Of course, the food is in front of you.
But
And
I
people
mean,
out a chicken leg. My kids. I'm kidding.
And as the room starts to quiet down as people finish filing in, and King Godwin stands up and says, "Greetings."
Greetings.
Not all right.
Let him do his speech.
I know you are all gathered here to see my son Henry's coronation. It is today that I officially announce my retirement within the year. As we finish preparing Henry for his reign in our dual government, and he kind of nods at the nobles who all have a variety of nods or waves. As we continue on forward in this year, I hope to prepare him so that he may lead you hopefully better than I have led all of you thus far. He says, to begin, as you know, we do not do a passing of crowns anymore. That is a symbol long forgotten. Instead, I will grant you my sword, Henry. And so he gestures at he kind of holds out a hand towards Henry. Henry takes it, stands up, and they walk over to the front of the table, and Henry kneels, and Godwin takes his sword and unsheaths it. And it's this resplendent longsword that's gold and white. And he says, "Henry, to you I offer kingship, and with that, the weapon of which I obtained it with. This weapon is not a gift. This burden of kingship is a curse, but one that you must bear. And he spins it around, holds the hilt out to Henry, and says, Henry, will you take this blade and do with it what you will? And Henry says, I will, father. And he takes the blade, and you watch as the blade goes from a long sword to a dagger. And everyone most of the general people in the room, are in shock because most people don't know, what happened with that.
What is this?
With the blade. And the king kind of takes the sheath off of his belt and then also offers it to Henry. And he stands before the hall and says, my son, the soon-to-be king. And people begin to applaud and stuff like that. And they both do a bow, and they go and sit down, and people begin to eat.
Huh.
Very good.
Wow, that was quite a show. Might as well fill up our stomachs.
Just a man in a really messed up mask in the back. Just shut that.
It's so a lot of the important people of this world are in this hall. All the nobles I had mentioned at the table with the king, Henry, and the variety of other important figures, whether it be a small town mayor or a noble, dukes, duchesses. You see around the room a variety of dragon knights exclusively, easily 100 or so, very heavily policing the event. Butlers and maids come in and out and kind of serve food, bring it back. You see in one corner of the room there's a creature with a suit and a top hat, just kind of talking to people. But besides that, everything kind of is going by rather normally. Is there anything you guys want to do? Did you just kind of want to eat the feast and continue? What?
I would like to go up and congratulate Henry in person.
So does Mimpy have a plate of food in front of him?
Yes.
He just kind of pokes at it with one of his daggers, and he doesn't really eat anything.
Okay.
Because, helmet.
Helmet,
Yeah.
Doesn't your helmet have slots in it?
I mean, you could attempt to eat it, shove it through the...
You have to see through it, so...
He's gonna shove it through the eye holes. But I mean, that's fine. What about the other two of you before we get with Joe's thing?
Alice is very cautiously and very delicately kind of just takes a fork and then looks at the food and then is about to set the fork down and then picks it back up and then it's about to set it down and then finally she just commits and then takes a bit or a bite after she pokes something with it. She finds out she really likes it and then she just starts chowing down.
Jeez, it sounds like you're role-playing Harmon.
I'm going to go get a glass of milk.
Oh.
When I come back, I want some nicer friends.
I want to feel appreciated.
Go ahead, Kevin.
I'm gonna go ahead and say to Barthon, is oh, so you're gonna be going up and congratulating the now King Henry, right? At Joe.
Yeah, I am.
Okay, well, sure. We'll go with that. I will probably come up with you then in that case.
Okay. So the two of you make your way up, and I believe the proper term is... I'll find out the actual...
What are you exactly trying to describe?
There's a certain term for a prince that is going through the motions of becoming a king but isn't quite king yet. It's like Prince Coronet or something like that. It's not that exactly, but that's essentially what he is. So he doesn't have
the actual
the
title
power
of
king,
yeah.
but but for all intended purposes, he technically is. Whatever. So
Okay.
as you approach the two of you, King Godwin raises a hand, and Prince Henry stops eating and stands up and walks around the table to you. Says, "Greetings, guys. I am so glad that you're able to come to my coronation."
I do a light
Oh,
bow.
absolutely, sir.
And I say, well, congratulations to your path to becoming king, right?
Thank you. I wouldn't be able to be here without you guys.
No worries
Oh,
about
it's
that.
it's no problem at all.
Yeah. We will have to say that the future path for you is going to be a tough one. Hope you are ready to take on all the troubles as a powerful figure such as your father.
He stands up a little
Dilt.
bit straighter. Yeah.
Just out of curiosity, were we given the information that he was kind of a drunkard?
No, he's not a
Okay.
drunkard.
Okay. I thought you might have said that, but it's a good thing I asked first.
Oh, Henry.
Yeah, no. The only similarities to that Henry is the fact that everyone says, "Oh, Henry's come to visit," and he's very popular.
Okay.
Oof.
He stands up a little bit straighter as you had said that, Kevin, and says, "Yeah, I've been preparing for a lot of my life for this moment. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't nervous, but I think that with my father still there to guide me, things are going to be okay."
I think you'll do fantastic, Henry.
You will be fine. I'm sure that throughout all these years, your father has raised you with the will of an iron heart and such.
Of course, I'm a Stormblood through and through.
An Ironheart? Are you part of the Ironheart clan?
A Stormblood.
I'm sorry, I had to.
Jesus.
So yeah.
Say though, I have a question about that sword though. Why did it just disappear and a dagger of sorts appear, or what's going on there?
What happened? So my father, during his campaign, when he was leading the revolution for Elaria, he was fighting this powerful general. Larpax was the name, and during the fight, his own sword shattered, and he was
Sorry,
blessed.
That name kind of sounds familiar to myself. Almost akin to Mirlax, right? That was the name?
No. And so he says, it is then that Cthulhu actually came to my father with the offer of the sword, and the sword grows with the ruler. He started off as a dagger, much like this when he first had it, and by the end of his campaign, when he had achieved what he needed to accomplish and became the person he needed to be, it grew to the full length that you are familiar with.
Oh, Cthulhu, he's my, Oh, God. I completely lost my voice. What the fuck?
Oh no.
Oh, Cthulhu, he's my favorite. I love that god.
Yeah, he's actually here tonight. He came up and spoke earlier. He wasn't too interested in sitting up front in everyone. He's kind of in the back, but yeah, he's great. He comes by every year or two to speak with my father, and he's kind of like that distant uncle that you never knew was your uncle, but he feels like he is.
I just imagine that when he said that, he just stares off into the distance.
He was. I was by myself, was like turned my head and stared up towards like the ceiling, kind of thing.
Oof.
And then like he's not smiling anymore. He just has like a straight smile, just a straight.
Well, send him our regards for offering some of his helping and gratitude for your father's campaign. Then.
I certainly will. Thank you.
Well, it's time that we fill our stomachs up, shall we, Bar?
My name.
My name.
God damn it.
My name.
My name is Barthon. What the hell is your last name?
Stoneheart.
Respect me.
Stoneheart, that's what it was. Okay.
Spot on Stoneheart it is. Please do not call me Bar.
Yes,
It
yes.
is most.
Yes, most disgraceful, as you would say,
inappropriate.
right? Yes, I understand. I hear you, Bar. I get you. Let's go ahead and continue eat. Let's go ahead and start eating, shall we?
I think we're gonna end up having a tussle at some point,
Oh,
but
let's not try to do
I'm
that, shall we?
not appreciating your tone with my name.
Guys.
Well, you're
Just like
settling
she's
down now.
trying to
Let's-
swallow her food. Oh, yeah.
Maybe he
yeah,
just
that's right, you
pushes
guys
his
went
plate
there.
away and says,
Yeah.
I'm not really hungry.
Alice just like slowly
Wait,
grabs her plate.
What was that?
I assume after that argument,
We probably
we went back to the table.
probably.
Okay.
So, I would assume. I want to imagine that I was at the table when that happened, and I'm gonna look over at your food, Mimpy. Let me try something for you real quick, Mimpy. I'm gonna reach over. I'm gonna just completely chop up all of his food to like the smallest amount I possibly can.
So basically turning
Roll
into slush.
D20.
Gotcha.
I just want to see how like precise this is.
He grabs an axe.
Hmm.
Okay, well, you do okay. You cut it into small like pieces. All good to go.
Might that be easier for you to eat, bud?
It's not a matter of difficulty eating. It's a matter of, I'm not hungry. Ever.
I mean, if you say so. Okay.
Dad
And
always.
then I'm just gonna eat my food.
And then Alice is just kind of like look at his plate and be like, Dad always said that you need to.
You guys
What?
speak in your normal just speak in your normal voice right now, Draven. Just
We
so
can't.
that-
Yeah, we can't actually hear what it says because
Yeah.
it just cuts.
Yeah,
out.
I can fix that.
Raise up the
Dad-
hand.
Dad always said that you need to eat.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, your daddy never met me.
Alice just looks down. She doesn't know how to respond to that.
Oh my
I'm
god.
quite peculiar as to what actual race you are or what your backstory is at this point.
Because this is just weird.
Yeah.
I'm a human, guys. I don't know. I'm a 6 foot tall man.
I am human.
Hello, I am
Human, you say.
human. I enjoy human food.
So-
I do human thing.
Alice and freaking Mimphy are weird right now.
So
Like, can I have
say
your
that
plate then?
Alice is weird. I would definitely say Mimphy is on the weirder side,
Yeah.
and
True,
I really
true.
dislike that you keep disrespecting my name. But other than that, everybody.
Would it be better if
Mimpy, are
I?
you going to give Alice your food?
Mimpy.
Mimpy.
Alice.
Sorry,
like,
say it
so-
one more time. I was
Alice,
chewing on popcorn. I couldn't hear.
Alice asked if she could have your food.
Go ahead, kid.
And Alice kind of like tries to reach across the table. That doesn't work out. So she like
Mimpy
gets up,
Mimpy pushes it a little bit so it goes closer to
Oh. and she like back down. It's like, thank you.
Dylan, are there waiters going around?
Yeah.
I stop one of them and I go, can you get me a drink? Scotch on the rocks.
They nod, and within about 45 seconds or so, you have a glass of scotch on the rocks.
Thank you kindly.
No problem.
While I'm finishing up some beef that I'm just eating, I was like, Mimphy, do you normally drink a lot?
I don't see it as a problem in my life.
Well, I never said it was a problem. I'm just wondering.
Just get right to it. Just get right to it.
Is this an intervention? No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, as a fucking 14-year-old eating food in front of you.
What's your point, stranger?
Well, Well, I don't know how much we are as strangers, but I am curious as to wonder why you'd be drinking now instead of not eating.
Drinking helps me forget. Drinking quiets all the voices.
I see.
Alice kind of says underneath the voice, "Forget how to eat."
Did you say forget how to eat?
Yeah.
Then fighting words there.
I haven't forgotten nothing, Alice.
Okay. And then she just goes back to eating.
Suit yourself, I guess.
Wild. So this all happens, and the rest of the feast goes by without any issues. People enjoy their time, and afterwards, as things are winding down, a butler comes by to you four and says, "The king would like to request your presence."
Oh.
He would like to
Absolutely.
wait. The king would like to request our presence?
I am merely being polite. He did no such thing. He simply said that I needed to get you all.
Well, if he'd like to request our presence, you should request it.
Now's not the time, Minfy. Let's just
Sir, I understand. I am just trying to hurry things along.
I would like to thank you. Well, I would like to come along.
Well, yes, that is why I came here. I need all four of you along.
Let's just get this let's just get this shit over with.
And then Alice watches everyone start leaving, and she's still eating. She's like, oh.
You can
And
take your
then
plate with you.
Alice, bring the food.
Alice she learned dinner manners, so she knows she can't do that. So she gets up, and then pushes her chair back in, and then walks with you guys over to the king.
So the butler leads you out of the great hall and through a series of hallways that the castle is made out of stone, like a black stone almost.
Basalt?
No, not basalt. Bedrock. No. But you're led through, and most of the hallways are rather empty. That you're going through right now. There's, of course, the lavish rugs and torch scones, etc. But eventually you're led to a separate room, and in this room there is a circular table where King Godwin is sitting. There's another figure in the room kind of going through some books on the walls, because the walls of the room are covered in shelves with books of all kinds, and there are 7 chairs around the table, of which Godwin is in one, along with there's a map on top of the table. And Godwin sees you come in and says, "Please sit down."
All right, let's go ahead and take a seat then, I guess.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a seat.
Yeah.
Limpy plops down
So
in a seat, not just literally plopping down. That's what I meant.
Alice, you
I
sit.
heard Kevin's. I was like,
Yeah,
I
Alice
specify.
pulls up chair, and then just swings her away and just sits down.
All right. What did you need to request our presence for, King?
So he looks and says, I trust that the food was to your liking."
Oh, it was absolutely magnificent.
And Alice just kind of looks down and nods a bunch.
So,
It was absolutely tasty, sir.
It was all right.
well, I appreciate your kind words. And he kind of gives a passing look towards Vempy. Let me speak at length a little bit about what I am requesting of you. First, as I had said, you are officially dukes and duchess, respectively, of your own plot of land.
Mm-hmm.
It is officially in the books. You're all set to go, and I will. I'm going to need you to decide what your emblem is going to be for your house, as you all share one. But
We're sharing
that
a
is not for
house,
now.
huh?
No, house. House with the capital H, like your noble house.
Okay, I thought I was confused. It's
That
like,
was really funny, Kevin.
That's fantastic.
Now we're sharing a house then, eh? No, we broke Joe.
good job.
God damn it, Kevin.
So, you can always work on that at your earliest convenience. But for the matter at
Be a
hand,
unicorn running through a meadow.
if you can draw it, then yes. Yes, I can.
And
That's
if he already
you.
pulls out the drawing from his... No, I'm kidding. See, I'm already 2 steps ahead of you.
I've been waiting years to put this in the making.
Mimpy, that's quite colorful of you.
Huh.
No, I was joking. I was all joking.
You said it in your fucking character.
I know I did. I'm sorry.
Yep. But there are a few things that I'd like to offer. Your formal position as minor ranks of nobility now would be to you have access to, as I had said previously, sitting in on council meetings and discussions. But you see, the kingdom is in a bit of a deadlock right now. The way that our system is comprised, each of the nobles and myself have hold over a certain area of land, of which there are various cities, resources, and which are exported. Think of almost like a states system, like United States of America. But not really at all, because it's nothing like the United States in terms of how the government's run at all. Anyways, so as of right now, I am unable to officially help each individual territory, if you will, to remedy the problems that are going on, as the various nobles are not forthright typically about the problems going on. But these individual problems are affecting us as a whole. We have rumors that something is surfacing in Ajar, and I want my son to be ready when that year comes around from the Ajarian army, kind of, if they were to come by, and also for the various territories to be at peace when he enters it. So with that, I cannot do anything. But you, as minor nobility,
Of course.
Manners there.
Can I help you, Nimby?
There's always a but, isn't there?
I haven't quite gotten to that point yet, Mimpy. I really do not like you. Okay.
Well, that makes 4 of us.
4 of us.
That makes 4 of you that dislike you? Wow. All right, well.
Yeah,
Anyways.
there's other 3 companions with me.
So, your official job will be, if you're interested, going to each of their territories and remedying the problems within them. Since you are minor nobility, you have the means of access to speak with the various nobles and engage in their affairs without overstepping the boundaries that I would normally not be able to step over. If you do choose to do so, as I said, I will reward you for any territories that you help fix the issues in, which range from a variety of things. Here, if you look at this map right here, bear with me.
Sweet transition.
Oh.
The map is not perfect, but Everything
Well,
it's split into 14 territories.
I thought
Look
the
at
one
them
place had
solid
Klondike.
white lines.
Yeah, those are some
Yes.
solid wet lines.
Yeah, shut the fuck up. Deal with it. Yeah. As you can see, some territories are going to be massive, others not so much. So I will give you a general listing of. I can tell you the information you're interested in for each of these territories. I know that this is a little bit of a weighty task. However, a few pros of it, besides the fact that you are being paid for it, is you will be able to travel the world, see what you want to see. You have full access to any resources that we have, whether it be you're trying to find somebody or you're trying to find an item, whatever. We can, start building towards that process. And as I had said, you basically have free reign as to where you want to go about helping everything. Your keep is right where this where Barthon keeps pointing, right here.
I don't know where that is.
Yeah.
Excuse me, Your Majesty.
Oh,
Yes.
whoops, that's right. I never switched my thing to Barthon.
Uh,
No wonder why I had shitty rolls.
when it comes to provinces and towns that need our help, is there anything going down in Ellendor?
Yes, actually, there are a lot of things going on in Ellendor. That's actually the capital of that territory is actually run by Isadora, which I'm gonna upload pictures and everything for you guys by next week, so that way we can actually set them all
Yay.
aside. And I'm going to, from that point, update the codex as you come across each territory. But yes, there are issues going on. Unfortunately, the issues, I can't really provide you too much information as to what issues are occurring for the most part, because as I'd said, they've kept me out of such matters. But I know that your
That's quite peculiar, though, isn't it, King? Why would they keep you out of these matters?
Since most of the nobles and I are on neutral terms. However, they are not quite satisfied that I maintain half of the ruling of the kingdom, despite being one individual. Back many years ago, the agreement was set for the 13 nobles to rule together, but I interrupted that, unfortunately, because the people refused to follow the rule of just them. So I sought a compromise, which has led to where we're at now. However, the gears of bureaucracy never fail to make everything literally as difficult as possible.
It seems to be so. I'm sorry to see it running this way. I would love to do anything to help.
I know that all of you are bound together by a Mimpy. And if you're interested, I would recommend going to Fior. That is the traditional home of the elves, and they're probably the ones that can most likely help you figure out what's going on with that issue.
That looks quite thickly wooded, and it looks like it would be hard to find the actual capital in the middle.
It looks like it's about a week's worth of travel to get over there, wouldn't it be?
Yes. Good eye there, Ray. I keep wanting to say Kovac.
GG, it's too ingrained.
I don't do it with anyone else. It's just railed. But yes, very astute. That is going to be about a week's journey.
Huh. Well, we gotta prepare.
To the forest. Through the forest just depends, but estimate 1 to 3 days getting through the forest, depending.
All right.
But I can tell you generally that I can tell you the noble that runs each territory and some background information of any that you're interested in. If you just let me know.
All right. That's all.
All right, I'm sure we will before we leave and decide on any distinct areas to go to.
But I believe that we are all tuckered out for the moment, I imagine.
Well, I kind of got the shit beaten out of me earlier today, so yeah.
Well, before you go, there's another gift I would like to impart upon you. And the person standing at the bookcase turns around, and he's wearing black suit, top hat. It's Cthulhu, black and everything like
Oh my god, is that Cthulhu?
Huh?
Literally,
that's
oh
Cthulhu?
my god.
As I live and breathe. Oh, praise to thee, Cthulhu.
Ah, Christ.
that. Yes, I am here.
Barthon's just staring at him like wide-eyed and like super excited like a child.
This is
Seeing
rather
a
Alice
superhero,
kind of just
essentially.
slumps a little bit, like in kind of hide her face.
this is rather unexpected of Barthon to be super excited.
I'm trying to remember what voice I was doing for Cthulhu originally.
Try to flip that around there, Kevin. Quite the opposite. This is a regular thing. You're just not used to it yet.
Nope, not yet.
Cthulhu offers a smile and says, "Hello there. I was speaking to King Godwin, and I had propositioned a little extra assistance, and thought you might appreciate it. Quick, for the four of you,
Oh.
out of game. I need you guys to decide on one color together.
Oh,
You will be wearing whatever this color is.
Oh, guess who's gonna probably
a
go for
cape.
the meme? Who's
Cloak.
gonna go
I
for
vote-
the memes?
I vote for red.
This is out of game.
Yeah.
Oh,
You
I
vote
need
for
you
mean,
red.
guys.
I say red, but
So
I
keep in
would-
mind, this is a cloak. So whatever your color you want this cloak to be, all of you share this color.
So if you go to my bio, real quick, guys,
Huh.
I see the cloak.
like that color.
Like
Like
baby
a
blue.
So like a
It's like a
Dylan, that's
warm-
periwinkle.
warm baby blue with a
That is
the
periwinkle.
gold outline on it.
I'd like
Okay.
either red or black.
Understandably.
If you want to be one solid color.
It has to be one solid color, no accents, no nothing.
Not right now. Accents will come.
Are we,
Basically,
are
this
we
guy's
gonna-
going to be.
are
So
we-
let me explain. Let me
Okay.
explain.
It's a
Sorry.
do-it-yourself cloak. It's
Um,
it's progressive.
Let me expand this a little bit so that way you have the full understanding of what it is. This cloak is also going to represent your house. So I need you to think of
The one that we all live in?
Yes. I need you all to think of a primary color you want, and then after you guys settle on an emblem,
Praise the mighty.
you'll also choose the secondary color, which will be an accent color, which will be added on once you guys decide on that. So pick a primary color now.
If
and
you say
then-
primary, are we talking about red, blue, and
No,
yellow?
primary, like the main color of the cloak.
Okay.
And then you guys can then
I'll
tell
agree
me
with
your
red.
accent color.
I'll go with red.
Red?
But that also means Barthon's going to have a change of color for his entire character, and I'm going to have to redo his art. Good thing I saved a clean version before I shaded.
Oh yeah.
Shading really throws shit off when you do that.
I mean, Alice is gonna have the cloak. It's gonna be underneath the other cloak.
So, well,
Why
the
don't-
thing, this
Why don't
cloak
you just put it on top?
is not only does this cloak like have an ability, which I'll mention in a minute.
He has an-
This cloak also is what represents you guys as a group. So this is what grants you the diplomatic nature, where you can just enter capital cities and stuff like that at will without wearing this cloak. Like you're not as recognized. So like I mean yeah, like if you're going on a stealth mission, you don't want to wear that, but to get to and from places, you are going to need this cloak. It is essentially your key card.
Ew. Okay.
Yeah, Alice is gonna wear the cloak, but she's gonna have the cloak. She's gonna is it an actual kind of the size of Alice's cloak if she needs it to be, or
It's probably
Yeah,
gonna be
like-
fitted to
It is
each of
fitted.
us, I guess.
Magically fitted, so when we put it on,
magically
it fits us.
fitted?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, I'm cool with that.
So I really want to know if is it just gonna be like red entirely, like front and back sort of thing, and just like.
Yeah. And then there's going, well, if that's the color you choose. And then, of course, there's going to be an accent color that's going to rim it, and then there's going to be an emblem.
Boy, is that going to be a job.
Well, boy, that's going to be pretty...
I don't think everybody else got it.
Stop.
Dylan said it's going to rim it, and I'm like, oh boy, that's going to be a job.
Painful, Joe. Painful.
Whoosh.
Really? I mean, I guess.
What color red we talking, boys?
Are we talking royal red, dark red?
Maroon.
Really?
Candy apple red. What are we doing?
Blood.
Blood red.
Maroon.
Blood red. Ooh, I like that actually.
Jeez, we're now a very what do you call it? A very
Edgy.
yes, edgy. We're gonna be a very edgy kind of house here.
And then we'll have like a fucking flamingo. For
So-
background.
Okay.
Baby sloth.
Maybe sloth.
Maybe more than just like an animal for an emblem, but okay.
I mean, you guys can work out the emblem amongst yourselves. That kind of red is the blood red that comes up.
It was like really pink
Okay.
at first, and then it actually turned red. Okay. Yeah, I guess
I'm
that's all
good with
right.
That's
I'm
basically
alright.
what I have already.
Okay, so you guys can work out the accent color as we come to it, but these are blood red cloaks, and Cthulhu kind of, well, he snaps them into existence, and they pop up in front of you. He says, "Well, on top of, no, that's too close. Godwin, goddamn. On top of the, what voice should I use? I need to decide what voice I want to stick with for them because I want it to be memorable, but."
Sure.
Hey, Dylan.
Yeah.
Where the fuck are our mushroom men?
I
They're
assume they've
outside.
been following us the entire time.
They just
No, when
they-
you enter the castle, they're just dancing outside the entrance.
Oh.
Right?
Okay.
They better be making money.
Hello there. Okay, I know what I'm gonna do. All right, well, here is your cloaks. So, thank you very much for agreeing to Godwin. And these cloaks have a little bit of an extra feature. They allow you to communicate with each other to a smaller extent. These cloaks will allow you to communicate with each other up to 1,000 feet, and they're magically created, of course, as most things are, and they, over time, that can expand to increase the distance, increase the uses of these cloaks. These are essentially your diplomatic cloaks that allow you access to most of the important places of the world. So don't lose them. Be rather unfortunate for all of you, because I will not be making another.
So no replacements of any sorts.
I can, if absolutely necessary. I can always get another one, but then you have to get a hold of me, and that's just a lot of hassle.
Pain. I understand.
You cannot look if for some reason you're not able to get a hold of me. Just I'm sure eventually you'll run into Gnome Depot, and you'll be able to commission it from them.
Ugh, gnomes.
Don't worry about it right now. You'll figure it out. Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
okay.
I just kind of want to see you guys for myself. I watched what happened with the witch and everything myself, and thought it was really interesting.
You didn't see anything about what happened with the slime, did you?
I saw everything, Ray.
Understood. Okay.
How much do you see, friend?
And he kind of turns his head towards you and says, "I see everything."
Alice kind of like shudders a little bit.
Not like that. I mean, nothing creepy. But
No,
as I am a god, I do generally know all of your going about. As does Kermie, of course, who is the one that has provided this task for me.
Kermit.
Quite fantastic. I've heard quite a bit about Kermit. He's quite a popular god in these in this realm.
Yeah.
I'm happy to see you work with him.
Yeah.
Of course, he is. I mean,
He is his master,
he is.
so yeah.
He is. He literally created me. So yeah.
Alright. Will that be all then, Cthulhu?
Yes. Yes. Well.
Huh. Alright. Well, I guess now we're being thrown into this weird game of politics and whatnot. This is not something I'm really cut out for. Alright.
As long as I don't have to deal with gnomes, I'll be fine.
Well.
I'm
Eventually
sure
you will have to deal with gnomes. So, he points at you. Have fun with that.
Ah.
Oh. Alright.
We're acting like it's such a pain. We're going to be dealing with plenty of people. I'm sure the gnomes are the lowest on the list for you to be upset about.
I have my reasons to hate gnomes, Bar. Theon.
Do not call me Bar.
Whatever you say, small man.
Don't call me
At least it's better than disrespecting my name.
He's so cute and small when he's angry.
Well, in that case, I also would like to discuss real quickly your keep before you depart.
Of course. Where is it going to be at?
It is a little bit south of Rubrico. If you exit the city and head south, following the river and the lake, you'll see it. It hasn't been in use for a number of years, and there's a small village nearby that has also not been in use for a number of years. But
So it's really in a deceived state of sorts.
yeah, I'm willing to give you a little bit of assistance to kind of get you up and running. I know none of you most likely have very much knowledge about running a keep or a village, so I'm going to be providing one of my butlers to kind of go with you. He's excellent in finances. He is actually both butler and one of my top advisors. Kind of help you get situated and help you go through the unfortunate bureaucracy of it all.
Well, we will gladly take any assistance we can get.
And the butler that led you in just kind of sighs to himself and says, "All right."
Well,
Is this the same butler as before? Or...
Yes.
Yeah.
And he says he's a little bit stiff, but he's very knowledgeable, and he'll help you kind of get situated. But be warned, it will be a costly venture to start up. So,
Understandably. I mean, I wasn't even expecting getting this far so soon. I had big plans ahead, but this just really jump-starts things.
well, I'm glad to hear, Barthon.
I just wanted water.
Oh, poor Alice.
All right, so
nice.
Godwin
Wanted water, gotta keep.
Godwin stands up and says, "Well, I'm going to be going on a small trip within the next day or so." No, I don't use rocket ships.
I didn't see that character. You
No, I know. I'm going to be going on a trip very shortly. So if you have any more questions before you leave for your first territory, ask them now.
Excuse me, guys. Did we figure out? Are we gonna go see the elves first?
The elves.
So
Sure thing.
So let me also say, you can also ask questions from the butler, which if you want to write down, his name is Randophilis.
Hey, we didn't ask that, Dylan.
Excuse me, Mr. Butler, what's your name?
My name is Randophilis.
Alright.
Quite a catchy name. Would you like it shortened? Is there an easier way
No.
to say it?
Do you like your name?
Understandably.
Do you like your name shortened?
I was about to call it.
Do you like your what voice? Sorry, with headphones it's kind of hard to keep track of voices.
Do you like your
Like-
name shortened?
Do you like your there we go.
name?
Do you like your name shortened, Barthon?
No, but yours is quite much longer than mine.
Quite much.
Is it? No, I would
I
not
would
like my
say
name shortened, but I appreciate the concern.
Mm.
I'm upper class. You can tell the accent.
If you are ready, we can start it immediately.
Huh.
I'm sure it is in quite the travesty.
Huh. Okay.
And so Godwin just kind of says, you know what? I'm sure that Randolphus will be able to help you with any issues that come up.
Huh.
So until next time.
All right. We
Have a good trip,
we
sir.
appreciate the audience with you, Your Majesty.
Thank you very much.
All right. So I guess we shall head off to see this keep. I guess this house or whatever it is.
So as we journey, I am kind of here, as you journey. It's gonna be a couple-hour journey,
Cool.
and it's but while that's happening, I want you guys to discuss where you want to go, and I'm going to tell you some things. Basically, I'm going to say it out of game, but Randolphus is answering any of these questions that come up.
Okay.
I just don't want to do the voice the entire time.
Understandably.
So what? We
Freaking
want to go to
immersion.
the elf place? Like,
So-
which one was the elf place that we were talking about?
Well, there are actually more than one elf place.
Great.
So, Fior is the elf place that was specifically mentioned earlier in regards to where you could go. So, couple things. Yes, please. I'm sorry.
As long as we're not heading to Ellendor, I'll be fine.
Eleanor,
All right. So, there. Let me kind of list off the races. That may help a little bit.
Blacks,
there-
whites,
There are two elf races, elf nobles.
blacks and whites.
There are two dwarf nobles. There is another dragonborn noble. There's an automaton noble, a halfling noble, half elf noble, two human nobles, and a tiefling noble.
So like literally one of every race, but some of them have two. Gotcha.
The
Correct.
gnomes don't have a noble.
I forgot. Yes, they do have one. I forgot to. I had already mentioned it earlier, but I had forgotten to re-mention it. Yes.
They're a race that's easily forgotten. Gotcha. That's a detail to put down.
So these nobles are all like royal family.
Yes.
If you pay close enough attention to their facial features,
Separate,
you can tell where exactly the incest started and where it's now ending.
Stop.
Yeah, they're all separate.
Stop.
But
GG.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah, that wasn't Alice saying it. Relax.
I know.
Yeah, Alice is just like.
Christ, how did I already write 2 pages of this stuff? Like, what even?
How did you write 2 pages of this?
Here, let me copy it all into the player notes. You'll get to read what I typed out.
Are you typing out everything in the chat
Quite literally everything.
or everything in the game?
Yeah. I can't edit it really. Okay, here we go. Have fun reading that, boys.
Being the board, he's winning.
Oh yeah, he's writing down so when it comes time for next
I'm going to
week's session.
forget. I'm going to be honest. I'm probably going to forget. So I'm just writing out something.
no, it's
Oh,
great.
dude,
I
that's
love it.
smart.
I think it's fantastic. All right, so
I'm still typing away.
I'm going to write down the names of these.
Names of these.
Or actually, I'm gonna read them off. Does someone else want to write them down in the like put them on the map?
What are you talking about exactly? The nobles or what?
No.
Okay.
I'm gonna write
Cool.
these down, and
Sorry.
I'm like,
Um,
what are you? What?
I don't know. On the map.
Okay. Well, that's fine. I'll just kind of put them in. So
Go
when
ahead.
it comes to the dwarves,
Yeah.
there are two dwarf nobles, as I mentioned, and I'm gonna put them in. So first one for both Chordal Drum and Harcliff.
Quarter drum. And so they say dwarves.
I made a mistake.
Nice.
That's not like you.
Made a
You okay?
mistake.
Wow.
Ouch.
Fucking loud.
So,
That
for all
was
intents,
quite an earpiercer.
what I had messed up is that so Chordal Drum and Teledor are actually part of the same area, and Harcliff, Marktopia, and the Temple of Kermia all part of a separate area. So I'm just gonna draw over it, and I'll officially fix it later.
So Teledor and Quarter Drum are one area, basically.
Yeah. And then I'm going, just to signify, I'm going to put some black lines kind of back and forth over it, just showing that this is erased. All right. That's great. Fantastic. Okay. So,
Prepping as DM. 10 out of 10. All right.
wow. But, yeah. So, ask me about a place.
Ask you about a place. All right. So, let's
If
see.
you're interested, like, I don't know if there's anything that hops out to you, or if you want to go straight to Fior. I mean, you really have free roam.
What's been going down in Fior?
He doesn't have that information. I can tell you. I can't tell you what's going down, as I had mentioned earlier.
So
It's information you have to get when you're there.
What about Bookwallace, the neighboring area?
Okay, so for both, I can't tell you what's going down. That's going to take your own investigation. I will tell you. I will tell you what it's all about. Fior is the main elven city. It is actually ruled over by Bacchus.
Wait, what?
Bacchus. Okay.
Yes.
Black cheese? Is that what you said?
Is it?
No, he said the fucking Roman god of theater.
Yeah.
All right.
And it's not just theater.
Yeah,
but,
I know. He's also a drunk.
Yeah.
Sure.
So Bacchus, that's a primary elven city, and it is there that most. It has the closest access to the ethereal plane and the astral sea, respectively.
Makes sense.
Yeah,
Everybody's fucking drunk as hell.
not exactly, but it's where some of the most in-depth magic is done. At least in regards to the elves, they're very secretive about what they do, and they're responsible for the creation of a lot of new spells. Have you ever heard of the spell called Fireball?
No,
No.
they get it.
That's
I once knew this bird named Fireball Bear.
No, you did. Buck Wallace actually is the noble is a half elf, and his name is Leolus. Leolus kind of runs this. Buck Wallace is a small city in which their main export is fish from the nearby lake, and it's known to have some kind of supernatural occurrences. They aren't super social. They don't really talk a huge amount to like other people, and Leolus is rather prim, a little bit peculiar, but
matters of conversation.
Sorry.
Jesus. Huh. Okay. Are there any dangers that we have to be looking out for over there besides the matters in the city? Like, say, this forest surrounding it by chance? Do you have
In Fior?
Yeah. Have you heard anything maybe about, like, incidences or whatnot?
Yes. The forest of Fior is, as I mentioned previously, they have a huge connection with the astral sea and the ethereal plane.
Mm-hmm.
And as a result, there's a lot of overlap between the material plane and the ethereal plane within the forest. So this can lead to some confusion because one minute you're going through the material plane and the next minute you end up in the ethereal plane. If you're able to get a good guide to lead you, you could probably get through without having to deal with that.
Huh.
However, those are typically a little bit costly.
Great. Well, what says adventure than to do it blindly, huh?
Yeah.
All right. I don't know what other information we kind of want to get from this.
Any place that seems interesting, any town name that sounds funny and you want to know about.
Okay.
Tell me about. Sorry.
Oh
Go ahead, Ray.
no. You were interested. I already asked my share
Ask
at the
her.
moment.
Tell me about Ellendor.
Ellendor is the official gnome capital. The
Why is that funny, guys?
No. Just go on.
just because you're like, I hate gnomes. Well, what is Elendor?
he's gonna mask it all.
Listen,
So
sometimes you have to know the things you hate in order to move on in your life.
So Isadora is the gnome noble, and not only does she rule over the general territory, but she has one of the largest territories in the kingdom, because there's a lot of overlap with a lot of swampland that is kind of unusable.
I thought you were about to say because there's a lot of gnomes.
Yeah, there's just they're pretty like rabbits over there. But the Ellendor is very well known for their artisan-like nature. Surprisingly, the gnomes, in terms of items and crafting, rival the dwarves at times. And their biggest export is just basically trying to beat anything that the dwarves can do. The dwarves and gnomes are kind of rivals a little bit in terms of crafters, anyways.
Nothing immediately dangerous going on over there.
As I had said, I cannot provide that information.
What can you provide?
The information he has been providing.
I can provide you all the information I've given you. And what information can you provide? Nothing. Get
I
over
can provide that you're a
yourself, Mimpy.
bitch.
Yeah, well, I may be a bitch, but
What
if I'm a bitch, what does that make you, Mr. Oh, I need to sacrifice my soul. Oh man, I'm so cool.
Is this the butler telling me this?
Yes.
What happens if I kill the butler?
You'll
This
probably be killed,
This
thus
guy-
meaning we'll all be killed.
And thus, end of the campaign.
Pimpy. Pimpy spits at the foot of the butler and walks forward away from him. Or he
Does
does
he
anything.
hit the foot or does he not hit the foot?
I don't know. Let's do a dex roll because I know you're gonna have me do something like that.
I wasn't going to, but go ahead.
I fucking
So
like
he
rolled
spits
out
it.
the
Yeah.
on my chest.
Yeah. I mean, he looks up at you and he says,
Wait, you have a helmet on. How the fuck are you spitting?
he doesn't
That's it. I
realize that
spit
it's
into my helmet.
yeah. And so he says, very excellent job,
that's-
Mimpy.
That's
You make all of us proud.
Piss off.
Yes. Yes.
And she, like sees a map.
Gotta speak a little bit louder.
So she ends up pointing. She looks at a map and she points to the very bottom right where it says Dralgia.
Jalagia? Yeah.
Well, yeah, she's curious about that.
Yeah, not Dragal.
So Jalagia is actually the native spot of the Dragonborn, and there is a small mountain range and volcano nearby, but mountain range on top of Jalagia, and there are actually two fragments of it, as you see. One of which, the one on the right, is specifically for warriors who are a little bit more tribal in nature, and then the other half is more focused around philosophy and what it means to fight. It's primarily it's one of the few areas where you can see, with the exception of like Fior and Elendor and Cordeldrum, with the exception of those places, it's one of the few other spots that's almost entirely Dragonborn. But a lot of people go there kind of on a spirit quest almost, because the one of the tallest mountains besides those around Kodeldrum is on Dralagia, and at the top of it there's an enormous stone dragon that kind of is wrapped around the mountain.
Did you say stone or storm?
Stone.
Stone dragon.
Both.
Yes.
Stormblood.
Storm dragon is another one of those dwarvish families.
What is this dead spot as well that's on the map? It seems to be at the bottom middle. Everlast.
Everlast. Actually, so what happened is during the war.
We should actually know that from when it was explained.
Yeah, at the
early in the
beginning,
campaign.
right?
I slightly changed it. So
did
it
you?
wasn't in this explanation. Yeah, Everlast.
But I would ask about it again because I don't remember.
Yeah, Everlast was destroyed during the revolution, and a lot of the area surrounding it. And there's a small town that's trying to build itself up, but there are a lot of issues, as a significant amount of craters and ravines that lead down, and it's one of the two spots in this world that has a deeper connection to the Underdark. That being a Cordal Drum is right on top of the Underdark. There's a labyrinth of tunnels that lead down and actually have interactions with the Underdark, which is where most creatures come from.
AKA
And Everlast also kind of borders on that a little bit, so there are some issues with it. And as a result, there have been some incidents of like a poisonous waste kind of making its way through, which I can say because that's something that's been known for years.
Huh. Okay.
Cool. No, Alice. But
That's-
Yes.
that was the main thing, was to have Alice know it.
Okay.
And
But yeah, that's basically it.
okay. The Underdark. If my memory serves me well from Dragon Age, that's not going to be a fun place to go through.
I'd say the dwarven places, and I told Joe because I know he's interested in going to the dwarven place because he's a dwarf.
Because I actually came from the dwarven place at the very beginning of the campaign.
So when it comes to each of these is separated into arcs that you can pursue at your own leisure. The only one I'd recommend for Coral Drum doing at least an arc or two before going there.
All right,
That
we're
is
heading
the
to
only
Quarter Drum
place
right now,
that
guys.
is actually like that shouldn't be done first. Everywhere else can be done in whatever order. That one.
Oh, so this is like Dragon Age 3.
Yeah, or kind of like Dragon Age Origins, where like you can go anywhere, but there's definitely like an option that's a lot more difficult than the other options.
Yeah, but like 3, you can just straight up get murdered
Oh yeah.
for doing that.
So I'd recommend, that's the only place I'd recommend against, just waiting like an arc or two before you go there. Everywhere else though is completely free game and is scaled to your level.
Scaled.
Essentially.
That's great. Oh boy. Well, I mean, I am all for going to Fjord for our first place, so I mean, I vote for that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind going to Fjord. Sounds like an interesting travel.
Yeah.
Mimpy's already starting to walk that way.
Well, you're going to keep first.
Roll for direction.
Turns out he is walking to the keep, but he thought it was Fjord.
Damn.
You make your way back eventually to the keep, and it's this what would formerly be a resplendent small castle is starting to fall very heavily by the wayside. You have stone kind of falling apart everywhere. The main entrance door, which had two large oak doors, just kind of is slowly falling apart. All around it, the ground's kind of just dying. It's very clear that nobody has paid any attention to this in quite a number of years.
Well,
and nearby, you can kind of see a small village that's not taken care of.
Well, this has seen better times, hasn't it?
Quite so, but I think I've made my family's stoneworkers. I could always send them a message, have them come out and help fix up the stonework.
The mushroom people are also with you, by the way, the two mushrooms.
I'm pretty sure.
They're just dancing.
Yeah.
They're just dancing in the background.
Just being pure entertainment. Gotcha.
I love dancing. Yeah, they're always dancing.
I want to know what's up with the other one.
Questioning his very existence, probably.
It's always questioning his existence.
Why do we dance? Why
It's
can't
just in
we
a
stop
constant
dancing?
state of existential crisis.
Why are we still here?
Why can we walk? What is
So-
consciousness?
Huh.
What are you boys doing?
I mean,
Um,
take a look around inside.
Alice
I
is
don't
good.
know.
Okay.
Alice is kind of tied to
Perception.
Maybe.
Okay.
Tied.
Alice, I have a recommendation. Oh, you should-
Yes.
You should probably have the mushroom people stay here and help protect the keep. I know we don't have much here yet. I'm sure nobody in here, unless well actually,
Well,
I don't know if there's anybody in here. We should probably explore it first.
yeah,
But we
probably
should leave the mushroom people
Probably should.
as a god or gods for entering the keep.
Huh.
Oh. Okay. And then Alice walks up to like the mushrooms that are still dancing, and she's just like, mushrooms, or Cappy, because she thought of a name.
There you go.
Whoa!
God, brings back
The one that's like
Odyssey
super,
stuff
the
right
one
now.
that's super happy, he's just
Yeah.
gonna name Cappy, and the one who's really down, he's gonna name Sappy.
Oh, I think you're gonna name him Crappy.
Ugh,
I like
Cappy
Sappy
and
better
Sappy.
though.
it really
Yeah,
fits.
Cappy and Sappy. So she walks up to Cappy, like, could you guys protect the keep that we'll show you?
I would love to protect the keep. What is the keep?
Oh boy.
We'll show you. You just follow us.
Okay.
But yeah, and then she just kind of looks back up to the group like, is that okay?
Yeah,
Thank you very
I guess that'll work.
That's,
So I
that's
don't,
fantastic.
hmm.
All right, so I'm assuming that's the color we're using for the capes. By the way,
What?
Just send it in the group chat.
no,
It's the
my-
color of my character. My little
Yeah.
thingy by my name.
E.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
That's the
nice,
blood
nice, Jeff.
E. Just took a couple seconds. I also, because Dylan said that there's going to be an emblem on it now, made a back view of my character so
Cool.
that I can draw an emblem later.
That's gonna be fun.
Oh, did you ever roll your
Decide
perception,
it.
by the way, Kevin?
Once we decided, obviously, then I'll put it on, but
Jesus
I
Christ.
see everything.
We're LFIC like this.
Blinded by the
just
light.
curious, what is your race?
Human.
Just human.
Oh damn! I was hoping you were an elf.
Jesus.
Harmon, are you there?
Never.
Armin, did you go to sleep again? Are you snoring?
No, I'm looking here.
Just giving you shit, Harmon.
So, all right then.
Mouse appreciates your existence.
Hey, quit fucking copying my name or my voice.
Barthon's the name. Killing's my game. Or, well, not really. I haven't quite killed anything yet.
Jesus.
I'm gonna fucking murder you in your
I think it's a
sleep.
pretty solid Barthon voice.
Honestly, that was pretty
You
solid.
in your sleep.
So, anyways,
Guys, shouldn't we,
I'm gonna murder all of you in your sleep. I
You shouldn't be making fun of Joe's character just because he sounds like the name Bar.
Oh,
and
dear
it borders
God.
the difference between the British accent and an Australian
Please,
accent.
sir, can I have some more? More.
so
Exceptional.
you see in front,
Ordered.
Kevin, do you have any experience fighting creatures to any extent?
Creatures? Like, are we talking just like not non-human creatures? I guess.
Yeah.
Very few times, I guess you would say.
Okay. It seems like there are definite signs of a struggle when this. It seems like originally the castle had fallen through war, but over time there's a lot of like scratch marks kind of on the outside. These scratch marks are like inches deep into stone.
Looks like something really terrorized this place, guys.
And you see that there are some large, like indents in the ground that aren't quite footprints. They look like
Impaled
little-
like stakes of sorts, or what?
yeah. That's good.
I don't know what we're dealing with here. That's for sure.
I would be able to give you more information that like would help you know like
What it is, but
left this, but since your character doesn't actually have any information as to what it could be. It's a
yeah,
little
it
difficult.
doesn't really work. Yeah.
Oh, need help.
So, I mean, looking around this place, it already looks pretty bad as is, but it looks like something probably tried to assault this place. And I can tell you for one, it's not human. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what these holes
Just
are.
out of curiosity, I mean, he rolled a 21.
Yeah.
But is he 100% sure that they are? Sorry.
If you have any questions
Wait,
to ask, I can answer them.
Well, yeah, but I'm gonna ask it to the.
No, I know. I'm just letting Kevin know since he rolled so high.
Yeah.
Railed, are you 100% sure that the beast marks, because those they seem to be quite deep.
Yeah, I don't know for certain, to be honest. I'm not sure any normal beast that we would expect could cause these sort of damage, I guess. It seems like something more otherworldly, I think.
I'm gonna actually, just because obviously I don't know, and you said you're not 100% sure either.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do investigation on it.
All right.
Okay.
Well, I guess it doesn't matter which person I'm rolling as.
Ouch.
Yeah, I mean, you recognize that Kevin's probably telling the truth, but you don't really know too well, truthfully.
All right. Well, I guess they do look quite bestial.
They sure do. I don't know if we're actually prepped to actually take care of anything. If it's still here, do they look fresh? I don't know, really.
Oh, actually, I can tell you that. There are some that are far, far older than you, even. But there is evidence of a recent trek.
A recent trek. Huh. Okay.
Are they
Correct.
deep ones? Are they shallow ones?
The deep ones are
The
recent.
deep ones are the recent ones.
Huh.
It might be their swamp.
I mean, actually, we're by a lake. It could be a swamp. We don't know.
They always pronounce it Trek, but it's actually Trek.
It's actually Shrek. Yes.
Does anybody want to roll like nature or something on this?
Because
I'm
Let
on
me check.
who has the highest nature check again?
I have a nature of 2.
I think
So.
you had the highest, to be honest. Oh, okay.
My nature's 3.
Oh.
Now that I look at it,
Oh,
Well,
okay.
I already
Cool.
looked.
it's probably best.
So
Should've
You're just
worked
looking-
faster.
just look at the environment around you.
Yeah.
So the area that you're in is what I would say Alexandria in Egypt was on the Nile River. It's fertile land generally, with the exception around the keep. It seems dead almost. There's not any swampland around you or anything. It is beautiful grassland with small croppings of forest around.
Mm-hmm.
If you have any other information, you can, as always, ask questions, and I can try and provide.
Hey, Rondopoulos. I want to ask about the area outside the city. Do you happen to know of any sort of unusual sightings of like creatures or sorts that could have caused these sort of marks?
You use his full name. Why in the hell can't you use my full name?
Your name is kind of hard to
Because you're
pronounce at
only
first. Let
half
me
a
tell you.
person.
I think you may have an issue with your brain if you can't pronounce my name.
Well, I have been
Guys.
told that
All
many
right.
times.
Here. Hold on, Ray. I got this.
Oh.
You want us to call you by your name, right?
So, Dale, are we just like by the entrance right now?
That
Yeah.
is
Okay.
so very true.
While they're
I
having
would like
this,
you to call me
I'm gonna
Bothon.
text you.
Okay.
All right.
It's a simple request. I call everybody else by their name.
You don't know my name.
It's Memphi, from what you told me. So yes, I do know your name. Thank you very much.
You're right. I am Mimpy. I'm fucking with you, Barthon. Learn to relax.
But I'm sorry. I like my name, and I don't like to see it be disrespected. So
Yes.
please, it is my one wish that you just call me by my name.
You can definitely tell that Joe really dislikes it.
So
You feel the desperation in his voice.
while this is happening, Alice approaches the entrance and kind of like does a quick look inside.
What are you-
Alice,
what are you doing
you
over
shouldn't
there?
go over there.
We don't know what's
Um,
actually in there yet.
And then she like looks back over to where you guys were kind of taking a long time.
Well,
And to answer your original question, Kevin, Randopoulos does say, we have had reports of a type of flying creature terrorizing some of the farmland.
flying creatures, huh? Well, that's our best bet.
That's where you're like big flying creatures or small flying creatures.
Well, if it was a small flying creature, would I bear reference to it? No.
I mean, if it's a small, big flying creature, then yes.
Small.
But if it's
Yeah.
a small, small flying creature, then no.
All right. I'm gonna head in there.
Ah.
So what? I need your marching order. Randolphus and the mushrooms are staying outside.
Let me head
I'll
in
be at the
first
back.
with my shield.
I might as well just follow the.
Better put that
or-
money into
I'm gonna
good
tell
use.
I'm gonna tell Cappy and Sappy to stay outside and guard the entrance.
Okay.
Alright.
I'm gonna stay in the back, but I'm gonna have my shield out with my gun ready, propped on top of it.
Alright.
Also, Joe, real fast, Joe, are you said you're doing the Thunder Cannon side subclass?
Is that what the name of it is?
That's the gun oriented one. There's I would recommend rereading the subclass, deciding which one you want, because both of them bear relevance to like combat to a larger extent.
I mean, I want the gunsmithing one because the other one didn't look.
Well, because it's going to change the damage of your weapon. So that's why I said, like, refresh yourself on that.
It's gunsmith and alchemist. Those are the only two options.
Yeah, the gunsmith one changes the damage of your weapon.
Yeah, I mean, I would want gunsmith. That's
okay. Well, that's what I'm just saying. Like, reacquaint yourself with it before we get into combat.
Oh, okay.
Because there's some stuff that goes with it.
Okay.
So I know Barthan's in the back.
Mimpy's in the
Mimpy's
front.
up front. Kevin, are you second? Did you say?
I'll be Alice. Will be second.
Yeah, I'll be third, and I want to roll stealth before we walk in there, I guess.
Do it.
Yeah, plain bro. Yeah.
Damn. Even with a 5, it still sucks.
Yikes. Okay. Yeah, it's not gonna be so great.
Alright. I mean, I hope that the creatures are not exactly smart.
Okay, so
Goddamn Mimpy.
just fucking Mimpy wearing full plate armor just walks into the
completely in the
shadow
shadows.
and it just blends in.
It's dark in here. So's my plate.
Alright.
I wish you.
I'm also
wish you were
hiding
like
behind
a
my shield.
Um,
I'm like crouched
Wish
down.
you were like a
behind-
haunted suit of armor, and then there was like a fire or something that just came out of your little visor. So then, like when we're walking in the dark, the only thing that gives us light is just the stupid fire out of your visor.
Whoa. Stupid.
No, appreciated and very helpful light.
That's right.
I don't know whether or not you're referencing to Goblin Slayer or not right now, Traven.
No, not that. He's an actual dude.
So
I never realized that I actually have to use a specific weapon as a gunsmith, but I'm okay with that.
yeah, that's why I wanted you to kind of reacquaint yourself with it.
Okay, I gotcha.
Okay.
Well, I'm gonna bring you guys over to the map.
The dungeon.
Is it a bunch
Dingy.
of squiggles again?
Well, then I guess I should change my thing from rifle
Yeah.
to thunder cannon.
Yeah.
I mean, you can keep the name of it to rifle if you want, but
Thunder Cannon does sound better, though.
The thunder cannon known as rifle.
so with that,
Actually, I think I am gonna name it, but I'll have to come up with a name later.
Okay.
Fart
you guys wait. Let me bring the Kermie into it.
The Kermie, yeah. The god is here with us, apparently. He's always around us, but never with us.
I can't wait till Dylan realizes
Actually,
Fozzie
can
Bear's
we have
really
a piece be cast as
Wait, what are you
Cthulhu?
talking about?
Kermit sucks. Fozzie Bear is the real Muppet friend.
Oh.
Get your whore mouth out of here.
Oh.
Not in my
Actually, Miss-
campaign.
It's actually
Um,
Miss Pig.
And then I'd actually be doing 2d6 then, wouldn't I?
Yep. So,
Yeah.
you guys enter the first room, which is the entrance hall. It's about 30 feet by 40 feet wide.
I wanna shoot all of those minorities. Dude.
And so, there's a staircase. There's a hallway kind of going forward. There's also,
Can I just... Yeah, there
actually, I'm just going to. I hate that there's not like an official eraser for D20. It's really fucking stupid.
Just
Rip.
highlight whatever that you have drawn and just erase it.
No, I know.
Delete it.
It's almost
still
as stupid
frustrating.
as their mods.
Oof.
Oh.
Oof.
But if anyone didn't get that, Jack's Films had like a full-on Kermit the Frog help teaching kids through song, and it's just a video of like Kermit with the guitar. He's like very belligerent and singing his songs, and all the children are getting
Yeah.
scarred with every song.
Hey,
We've
Dylan.
seen it.
Yeah.
It's fucking funny.
Well, I think I'm just gonna give myself 25 rounds.
Okay.
That way it's kind of neutral. I mean, I know I'm level 3. Apparently, fun fact, guys, I can produce 40 rounds of ammo magically with a full night's rest.
You can have
That's literally what it says.
unlimited ammo. Yeah.
Just one long rest, bam, 40
Yeah.
ammo.
40.
So, there are 3 entrances. You see remnants of carpet and rugs that were kind of laid about, the glass shattered on the ground, skeletons littered around, and the place
The
kind of
skeletons,
smells.
Well, this is going to be a great opening haul for anyone who comes in here, that's for sure.
Alice is like holding her nose because it's really pungent for her.
Speaking of which, yeah, that smell is really off-putting. Ugh.
Barthon's gonna take. I'm wearing my cape or my cloak at this point because fuck my other one. This one's cooler.
Yeah, I mean, this one's also like incredibly fine quality. So like literally
Yeah.
from Cthulhu.
Top quality.
So
probably
I'm gonna
unrippable.
be using the hood to cover my face. Or wait, Dylan.
Yeah.
Can mine have like a built-in mouth cover? I'm not
We'll
gonna
say-
draw it on my character, but
We'll say that all of them have a built-in mouth cover because that's something that may interest the rogues of the party, anyways. Slash. So it is available.
okay. I'm gonna pull that out and bring it across my face then.
Okay.
Okay. I feel like I would probably be interested in doing that too.
Yeah, I saw your profile picture and it fits.
It does fit, yeah. All right,
So-
we'll do that.
Is it big enough to cover up my bushy ass beard?
So Dylan. Oh yeah, just the beard comes out at the bottom.
It's like, you don't know who I am.
It's magic, so it's enough to cover. And you can even have the face mask on, even if you don't have the hood
Got it.
on.
It's basically a
It
beard.
extends the length of the beard.
It's basically a beardless Barthon. Like, what even? Oh god, what an image. Oh.
Yeah, it would look terrible because there's no like actual facial features underneath of it
But
because
Dylan,
I
so
didn't
that's
draw
gonna
them.
That's gonna be like a thing that is associated with it, like from now on.
Yeah, so if you with the cloak, you can choose whether you want a face mask to be there while you're wearing the hood or not, and it'll go, like fit whatever size you need to.
So I need to know. Cool.
Yep.
Cool.
All right. All right. So
Moving on. Let's go.
Well, where should we
Just out
start?
of curiosity, did we rest tonight or did we? Is this still the same day?
This is
No,
still-
you're all
Yeah,
well.
yeah,
You're
we're rested.
Well, we're
you're
technically
we're, gonna,
rested.
we're all
I guess.
rested.
Technically
Yeah.
speaking,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, I was just curious. Then I'm gonna put myself back up to full health.
Yeah, I did that.
That food was really refreshing. Let me tell you.
yes, it was.
Alice like nods.
Okay.
But
so does
first
anyone,
things first.
anyone roll perception?
Ooh, I will this time, just for the fun of it. Ready?
Okay.
Crit maybe? Oh, well,
No.
Well,
Well,
I rolled
you
a
saw
5.
what
it's something.
you saw what I originally described.
Skeletons. are-
Alrighty.
Skeletons.
Hold
are-
on, friend. Let me look around.
Oh my god.
Alrighty. Well, I guess we're not seeing anything special.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Can I roll for traps, or would that also be perception? And we both failed that.
Investigation.
Investigation. Ooh, it's okay, guys. I got max on that shit.
Okay. Ooh. Actually, before you do that, I want to ask though, is there like a staircase where this like this opening at the top is or anything, or is it just another doorway? You could provide basic information at least, right?
Wow. First of all,
I don't know what
second
you.
of all,
I think that sounded a lot worse than he meant to say it,
I-
though.
I-
Yeah, I think it did.
okay, so the two doors. There is a staircase. That little thing, which I'm gonna draw.
Okay.
Is that 30 feet or Joe feet?
Joe feet?
Where are you looking at Joe feet?
That's
Uh,
Joe feet. That's Joe feet.
Joe feet it is.
Joe feet.
Okay,
You have the
so
imperial system, you have the metric system, and then you have Joe feet. This room is approximately 1 Joe feet.
Dude,
No,
All
it's
right.
10 Joe feet.
anyways, there's a staircase, and then there are two doors that go around behind it, leading to the back.
okay.
Cool.
All right. On to the investigation then.
Yes, my 22.
So,
Not quite that, but it's still above
investigating Barthon, you recognize first and foremost that the stonework was actually made by a dwarf.
Hmm.
So, continuing, you see more of those like claw marks that dig deep into stone, kind of littered about. And now that you're investigating a little bit closer, you can definitely tell that there's more than one type of creature that have been frequenting this keep. There are some that seem to be kind of moving a little bit more chaotically, and one set of tracks that's heading up the stairs that's very defined. It's almost perfectly walking up the stairs, but it's still enough to like scratch into the stone. But
friends,
Hmm.
Awesome.
I would like to say that there are quite a few beasts that are actually in here right now.
No.
Some of them may not know exactly what they're doing, like absolutely mindless. But the one that's creating the very deep grooves in the ground and such seems to walk very dignified.
So you're saying
And,
it could be humanoid of sorts?
I don't know humanoid, but it definitely has a brain that operates.
Oh, that's not great. That's not great at all. Oh.
I mean, it operates at least as well as Memphis.
That's saying a lot.
There's gonna be so much infighting. I don't even.
As means, obviously.
I know, but this is just gonna be so.
No, I kid, but it definitely has a brain that's operating to a degree that's above that of a standard beast.
So it has
I
some
would
level of
say.
intelligence. Okay.
Yes.
Sadly, I'm not well rehearsed in all this, but.
So the real question here would be, are we more interested in taking down the small boys that are gonna be wandering around, or do we want to take out the big bad that's gonna be upstairs probably?
Well, if we assume that's still upstairs, I guess it's best that we leave it for last. Would you all say so? Alice and Mimpy?
The only thing
yeah.
I would be concerned about, though, is that if we start fighting other things and then it comes at us from behind.
True. Do you want to take out the bigger threat then? Is that what you wanted to do?
I think it would be best to take out the biggest threat first while we're all healthy and ready to go and have all of our supplies, and then come back and take out the smaller ones later in more guerrilla style attacks.
Somehow I pray that it's able to, actually conversate with us and we can potentially negotiate something with it, but
I feel that it's going to be hard to do that, simply because I'm sure this thing believes that this is its home now, since nobody's inhabited it for a long time.
Yeah, you got a point there. Alright.
So I guess let's go up to a vote now. Who would like to
take on the
fight the beast, and who would like to hold off on fighting the beast?
Well, after our last fight, it's clear that I'm the damage dealer here.
I would beg to differ. I just was not having a good day.
Oh yeah, well it's still the same day. Whoever is doing the chips.
Wow, the tables have turned, haven't they, Harmon?
Oh, you said you're having a bad day. It's still that same day, friend. Don't want to see you get hurt again.
Then would you say you vote for taking out the big baddies then, Mimphy?
I'll try my best.
Okay, so that's one vote for that.
If you want to accompany me, you can.
I would definitely assist you in that. So that's my vote. So it's up to you two now.
Alice, what say you?
I don't mind.
Oh, okay. Well, I have a
So
feeling.
we have more of a neutral vote. So really, it's up to you.
Oh Lord.
Nice. Well, I fear of what's to come, but I will join you into taking this thing out, but it better not end up like what happened last time with that slime.
I'm sure it won't. I'll at least be able to attack once this time. Haha.
That's very, very nice of you.
I just realized my door's wide open and I'm probably annoying the fuck out of Carrie.
Okay, so I guess we all vote for going up the stairs then.
Okay.
All right.
Well, we didn't all vote for going up the stairs. We had Traven who didn't vote at all.
Neutral. Yeah, it's okay. That's what
I'm
Alice is.
sorry.
That's what Alice is. It's okay. It's okay.
Let's go.
So, you make your
Once
way
again,
up
I'm gonna be in the back. Let's just establish the marching order just in case.
Okay. Same marching
I'll be in
order
the back.
then. Okay.
I'll be in the front with my shield.
Okay.
Okay.
Can I
Okay,
roll for
so-
stealth again? Will that work?
Yes, go ahead and roll again.
I want to get it like working in some way.
Just for the fuck of it, I'm gonna roll for stealth.
Please do. Please get a higher one than me. I need we.
So Barthon, like,
Oh my God, Miffy! Stop being so fucking stealthy.
so Barthon sees Rail like kind of get stealthy and Mimpy just go like vanish almost, and he thinks to himself, "Oh man, I would love to." I can't do the voice right now. I would love to go
I
invisible.
would love to do that. That sounds like something I would love to do.
And then he just fucking like crouches down, but like hits his like hand off the ground.
Can I
and-
describe what happens?
Go ahead.
I go to crouch down, but my shield bumps off the ground, and then I lose my balance and just fall over on top of my shield.
All right.
What a great image.
Alice tries
It's literally
stealth. She just
basically-
pulls a tighter over her head.
So
If I can't
It's
see
alright,
the
Alice.
monsters, they can't see me.
The less you can see, the less they can see of you.
And she nods.
I guess
so as you head up to the second story, you see a long hallway in front of you, and along this hallway there are a variety of doors on each side, most of which are broken and shattered. You can tell from just going there. You guys want to go through the hallway?
Anyone want to investigate for traps?
Yeah, I can investigate again, unless anybody else wants to. Anybody?
I have a 1.
You have the
No,
highest.
I have a 3.
You have
Never
the
mind.
I mean, I'm just offering the option if anybody else wanted to.
Go
but-
for it, my friend.
Okay, there we go. 7.
You better go for it.
It's
Intimidation.
I know. I was
Fucking
intimidating
Harvey
him
with
to.
these rolls.
I was intimidating him to investigate.
So
I
Barthon,
guess if you want me to investigate again, I will.
Plus 40 to Barthon's investigation.
unfortunately, it does not seem like there are any around. I mean, there's no
I don't
traps
think
or
that's
anything.
unfortunately, Dylan.
Also,
That's a
wait.
plus.
Wouldn't this creature that's been running around here, if there were any traps, wouldn't it have set them off?
Not necessarily. Not if he's the one that set the traps.
What if it's great? What if it's traps that are based upon pressure and it's flying away everywhere?
Let's keep
Yes.
moving.
Oh, did you
so-
just like getting attacked?
So I assume for the purpose of exploring the keep right now, you're mainly focused on getting rid of any enemies and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
We're mostly
Yep.
clearing them.
Okay. Because in that case, what we'll do is we'll mainly go through looking for enemies, and then afterwards we can explore it all, because I have like an actual map for that.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
that's what
Um, But I just don't want to really draw on it, which is what I'm going to be doing for certain parts.
Okay.
So, anyways, you continue on, and all of these doors inside are bedrooms. Basically, it seems like the second floor was mainly dedicated to
Sleeping quarters.
kind of sleeping quarters, essentially. There are like main bedrooms that are roughly the same in size, and which you would assume would be your bedrooms. and a variety of like smaller bedrooms meant for like those living in the castle who aren't there. And by the time you make it to the end of the hallway, there's another circular staircase that leads upwards. But along the way, you don't see any creatures in these doors. You don't see really too many signs of anything. It seems pretty empty.
Maybe the monsters haven't gotten this far?
I would highly doubt that, but I think we should keep pushing forward.
I guess we have to see what's
Actually,
further up.
Dill, are the ceilings vaulted, or can we see higher up into the castle through the ceilings?
The ceiling is vaulted.
Okay.
You want to go up the stairs?
Yeah.
You begin making your way up the circular staircase, and then one of you falls through the stairs and falls to the bottom, and then you all sit there, and then Brian goes and wants to grapple the boss.
Wow, reference to like one of the first sessions we've had. All right.
Yeah. So you make your way up, and you see a door that's kind of askew at the top that leads into the next room. Like it's barely hanging on the hinges.
Well,
Alrighty.
Clearly something up here.
Mimphy, would you be able to kind of peek in and see what's going on in there?
I'm on it.
Please lower your voice. You're supposed to be trying to sneak.
What?
So you're gonna open up the door and sneak in, Mimpy?
Oh, you better believe it.
Guys,
Yes.
Yes, Alice.
could you possibly like wait 1 second?
You trying to prepare something?
I guess.
And then Alice kind of closes her eyes for approximately a second, and just
So long blink. Okay.
Okay, hey guys,
Yes.
just to let you know, there's definitely something behind that door.
I mean, there's always things behind doors. It could be a
No.
room.
Or a large creature.
A large creature, you say, huh?
Well, I mean, I was guessing it was going to be something along those lines.
But
We did see the things, but thank you for warning us.
You're welcome.
Do you have any clue of what kind it might be, though?
No, I just know there's one there.
You can.
Can you tell if it's of an evil aura or not?
No, I can only just track it.
I
Just tell
understand.
that
Thank you
it's
very
about
much.
that big.
Huh. I don't know.
Thank you very
I don't
much,
know.
Alice.
I'm curious as to
Still
what-
very helpful.
Thank you.
Okay. Well, Mimpy, are you still gonna try and bash in there?
Well, he's stealthy.
Yeah, he's stealthy. He's not gonna bash in.
You're right.
He's not bashed.
So, you going in, Mimpy?
Yep.
So, you kind of skedaddle your way in, completely silent, into the room, and the room is pitch black. There's not a shred of light anywhere. Up to this point, there have been small, like, cracks in the walls and such, and small windows that have offered light. But as you near the top, that light kind of faded a little bit, and then once you actually went into the room, there's not a shred of light anywhere.
Guys, it's dark.
And since you don't have dark vision, you can't see worth shit.
If only
Fine.
somebody had an object that would help me see in the dark.
I don't have that object.
I just imagined one of you guys picking me up and
I like put you on top of my shoulders.
You can try it.
Are you a human?
Um,
Traven, are you a human?
I don't know, am I?
He is not at liberty to answer that question at this time.
Apparently
God damn
not.
it.
So you gotta find out.
I need a lawyer. Where's my lawyer?
Please do not touch me. I have a restraining order against that.
But I mean, you can try if you want. I'm
Hey.
not saying that you can't.
One of you with dark vision, get in here and tell me what you see.
I am gonna attempt to creep forward.
Are you going to attempt stealth again?
Yeah.
Oh man.
That's okay.
Thank God.
I mean, yeah.
No offense, Joe. Your rolls have been kind of shit tonight.
Yeah, no, they definitely have.
It's really
So-
weird.
You open the door a little bit, like I mean, Harmon is like effortlessly like silent, but you open up, there's a little bit of sound, and you kind of creep on in. Here's the fun thing about dark vision, Joe. It needs dim light to be effective. So in pitch black, it doesn't do anything.
I thought in pitch black I still had
At least like 5 feet
certain-
of
You're
it.
telling me there was a dim light in the sewer?
Yes. You had candles and torches that were lit.
All right, I guess I'll light a torch then.
Okay. Okay. So no, you okay? You can see a little bit of distance, I guess.
Yeah, that's what I. Because I didn't think that was right.
I don't know.
What's going on?
Well, I mean,
Dark
this is very
There's dark
important.
and dim conditions.
That's why
I
I'm
don't know.
trying to check right now, but
You can see in dim light within 60 feet of you as if it were bright light, and in darkness as if it were dim light.
okay, that's fine. So you look around, and this room was
You can't discern color though.
yes,
Yeah.
Only shades of
everything's
gray.
black and white. Gray. So everything that you look to
No,
see.
it's black or white. There is no gray.
Oof. So this right here, it seemed like at one point it was being used as a church. You see broken pews kind of scattered about for what you can see, and you can see that there very clearly is a large window in this room, but you there's no light coming in from it. And
Can I tell if it's blocked by something or not?
it's not necessarily blocked as much as it is like
Dirt.
There's something in
darkened.
Mhm.
Like nothing's blocking it, but it's like it was painted all over almost.
Oh no. Oh no.
Hmm.
Oh no.
It's- So-
Is there any design to it at all?
Hang on. Can
You
I
can't tell
can I
this
ask
distance.
how it smells right now? Is it worse?
Absolutely abysmal.
It's worse. Far worse. This is where it's coming.
Oh.
Oh no.
Yeah. Well, let me finish narrating this room because there's a lot of details I can give, but you just gotta give me like 1 second.
Mhm.
Okay, that's fine.
So, you hear a voice, Barthon and Mimpy, but specifically directed at Barthon, saying, "Greetings, dwarf."
Hello.
Don't drop the soap.
What kind of different soaps would you like?
Swear to God.
I'm sorry, what?
Harmon, have you been gone this entire time?
No, I heard don't drop the soap, and then I didn't hear what you said.
Basically, everyone was laughing.
Just making a
You
joke.
just said like a bunch. Here's your choices of soap.
Mhm.
And the creature says, "For what purpose have you entered my abode?"
He knows I'm there, right?
No, he does
Or
not
am I?
know.
Oh.
Okay,
He only
so
he's talking-
Harmon,
he's
Harmon,
talking to Barthon, yeah.
Listen, let me pause. I'm going to repeat what I said. He doesn't know you're there. He knows that Barthon is there. But you want to play him. The room is covered up. Used to be used for church, it seems.
Yeah, I know the church
Voice
thing. It's
speaking.
been like painted over.
Yes.
I remember that part. It was just like I don't know. I phased out for a second. I'm really sleepy.
That's fine. We're about to end.
End with a fight.
Yeah, cliffhanger. Yeah.
Or possibly diplomacy.
And it says, yeah. So what? For what reason did you enter? Like it's about at you.
Well, we just gained ownership of the keep and the land surrounding it.
Wrong.
So we're trying to clear it.
Wrong.
Well, we have a deed.
Oh, you do.
All right. At this point, Mimpy is slowly circling the creature, pulling out his daggers.
You can't even see in here. How do you circle the creature?
I said I lit a
Harmon, you remember like the
Whoa,
men?
whoa, wait,
you watched
I
the
didn't
men
hear
stare at
you.
goats, right?
Wait.
Yeah, well, when you were like, dark vision doesn't work in pitch blackness, I go, I light a torch, and then you were like, wait.
I don't remember you
completely
saying that
ignored
you lit a
me.
torch.
No,
Well,
he
he was
did
gonna,
say-
he was gonna
he did
light
say
a
he was gonna
torch
light
because
one, but
we
then-
can see.
Yeah, and then you stopped him because you were gonna double
All right,
check.
fine. I'm sitting up against a wall. It's dark. I don't know what I'm doing.
You can light a
But-
torch if you want.
No, because
Oh,
then
jeez.
you're gonna see me light a torch.
But did you pull out 2 daggers though?
Yeah, I put my shield back on my back, and I'm holding my daggers. I hear the voice, obviously. I know something's in
So,
here.
like, I imagine is if anyone's seen like the mini stare at goats, where he just has the knives crisscrossed, and he has his arms crossed. He's like,
Stop.
Oh god.
God, that's
So,
what's the creature gonna say back?
you hear a sound by the entrance.
A sound.
I need you boys outside to make a dex saving throw.
Mushroom, you heard him. Dex saving. Oh, outside the room.
Did
not
say
the-
outside, Dylan. No.
Mushroom boy, what
boy.
do you have? Oh boy, you're so dead.
Oh.
No, but I need Kevin and Draven to make dex saving throws.
Yeah.
Anything?
Okay, so
Please tell me those are high enough.
yeah, you're good. So you hear this sound with a crash as this large piece of stone is thrown at the door,
Whoa. Ah.
somewhat blocking the door. You guys are able to jump to the side a little bit, avoid any damage. But here's the real issue.
It's lodged in the
Yes, and while that's happening, the Barthon, you hear right next to you, the creatures say, "It's time to play," and that's what we're gonna end for the night.
Boy.
Fucking hell.
Well, I have ideas of what to do to help Mimphy here. Just,
Are you calling me Mimphy?
wait,
yes.
You know it's
I can't do
Mimpy,
anything. Like just,
right?
let's
Yeah.
just look at the rock, see how good it's wedged.
All right.
real quick.
Actually, I did.
It's
Armor
I
for
can
all
just
that.
tell you, it's pretty well wedged.
Okay.
But I just for future's notice here, Mimpy.
Yeah.
Do not let your presence be known unless it knows you're there.
I mean, it still doesn't know I'm there.
Right, but I have an idea that when we do encounter this, that I'm gonna shoot the window, letting light in.
And then it will just see me crouched in a corner holding dagger.
Well, to be completely honest, it would be the benefit of both of us for that to happen. Number one, you'd be able to see. Number two, I'd be able to see.
You'd also be in stealth, still, Harmon.
Yeah.
And number three, maybe it's allergic to light, and that's
Actually,
why this room is completely
I'm
dark.
also interested, Dill. Is what time of the day is this? Is this like evening, like late evening right now?
Here's the best. Yes, it is night actually. Because if you remember, it was at 2:00 when you guys were doing your thing, and there's 4 hours to the coronation.
Mm-hmm.
Coronation happened. You found out what's happening. You journeyed to the keep. So it's 1 or 2 a.m.
Oh my god.
But,
There's still light. There's got to be some light. You guys should be able to do
yeah,
something.
moonlight.
I mean, there would be moonlight.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what's been illuminating it thus far. But
That's going to be fun. Well,
so
yeah.
exciting.
Well, Traven, I hope your Alice has something to do something about that rock.
I mean, if he's saying it's pretty wedged in there, it's probably pretty well wedged. Alice can't do anything. She's just a girl.
You say that, but there's got to be something that your character can do. I have a feeling.
At Kevin, just pull her cloak off. Say you need it because you're cold, and just rip it off.
True. I just toss her at the doorway instead.
Wow. Wow.
Well, that was
Such friend, many wow.